Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran and now I'm here with River Brown, Angel Velez, and Mr. Joel Dells. And this is now episode 543. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about Trae Young getting traded for a bag of donuts. We're going to talk about some other NBA-related stuff like biggest surprises of the season. Jaylen Brown making a case for MVP potentially. The Celtics are playing really well. And then we're going to rank the top quarterbacks in the playoffs right now. All of them. We're ranking them 1 to 14. And some more stuff. Fellas, how are we doing?
Doing good. Can't complain. Weekend coming up. Told you guys this is my favorite, if not second favorite weekend of the year because we got football. First of all, we got Indiana, Oregon tomorrow, so I get to scout two of my potential quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Saturday we get football, playoffs. Sunday football, playoffs. Monday football, playoffs. I'm excited, man. I love this week.
I'm tired. I can't say that I have the most energy I've ever had on this show. Tuesday worked, Wednesday worked, Thursday worked. Off tomorrow, which is what I'm looking forward to, which is why sometimes you just have to lock in on a full day. After I finish this 17-hour day, it's going to hit so hard to do nothing tomorrow. But I'm doing well. I'm grateful to be in the presence of my brothers. It's going to be an excellent show.
I'm doing good.
That's good.
Got a busy weekend coming up.
I like your Ralph Lauren beanie.
Thank you.
I'm going to be honest.
You were
beautiful.
Yeah, it's tough. What you got going on, bro?
A lot of reffing, coaching,
Okay.
training.
Nice.
Like that,
Nice.
you know?
Keep him busy.
Yeah, just try to stay as busy as possible.
Game this weekend, allegedly, correct?
Yes. We play John's team.
He asked me to join. I forgot to answer him.
Oh,
I don't think I'm
you're
going to
rec
play.
league.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I have to text him. I don't think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, Sunday's
That's a lot of
actually,
work.
Sunday's nuts because I got a game at 9. Then after that, 10:30 to 12:30, got to train this kid. Dad pays him like $100. He blesses.
Yeah, Les.
Then after that, from 1 o'clock to 4, 3 games I got to ref.
Damn.
Yeah.
Busy.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you guys get to the jump shooting portion of the workout, like, how does that work
You
out?
say, don't take my word for it. Just trust me.
Well, when I locked in with him, he started shooting like 45% from the three-point line.
Oh, shit. Well, that's what you were insinuating.
No, he was, right? He was trying to insinuate that. Like he was. Yeah, before.
No, he's lying.
No, you definitely was.
Yes.
Who, I'm lying?
45
Oh, I put that on my son.
from 3.
Yeah,
What grade is he in?
he's in 6th grade. His form was already
45%,
beautiful. Yeah, I just had to flex on you real quick.
No,
'Cause
there's
you tried
no
to be
flexing.
funny.
You're lying.
Why would I lie about that?
45% in the 6th grade. First off, Duke should be scouting him. Maybe you shouldn't be coaching him. If you are the coach, then you need D1 offers right now, which, hey, I don't doubt. 45% is nuts.
Not gonna lie, that's weird.
What's weird? I'm hating?
Nah, yeah, you're hating. OD.
You're not a good jump shooter. I'm making an
45%
obvious
OD.
joke.
It is
45 in the
Yeah, nah, that
6th
was
grade is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was some hating shit. I ain't
You
gonna
think
lie.
Steph Curry shooting 45 in 6th grade?
Well, it depends. I mean, how many games has he played? Like, what, 5? 3? Okay.
Yeah.
What's his attempts? Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
It's about 6, 7.
A game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a decent.
So,
ass
he's
clip.
shooting 45%. It hasn't been the biggest sample size, but he's shooting better.
6-7 attempts a game for 3 games. That ain't nothing. That's not. You know what I mean? That's not some fucking Lou Dort shit. You know what I mean?
It's just gonna work.
Riv just said, "I'm putting my head down. I'm gonna do my shit."
Niggas gonna hate.
That's what I'll be saying. Not exactly. Not exactly. But that's what I'll be saying.
Niggas gonna hate for sure. Like that was
I
hating
not
shit.
word for word.
That was
I
definitely some hating
immediately
shit.
saw, like,
The seriousness in Riv's
I immediately saw the change of look in Riv's eyes and just the complete awkwardness that I just felt from this.
Because you just started
the
like, it's one thing to dick ride. He just started hating. Like early in the show, like that's like me saying he's a shit ass doctor.
But thank God I'm not a
Like-
doctor. That being said,
that's some
I'm
hating ass shit.
joking.
Nah, you started the pod hating. It's cool.
We can
We
keep
can get to
hating.
it. Yeah, we can
That's
get
what
to
we
it.
do here.
I won't take back that your jump shot's broken.
I don't want you to.
will apologize to bro. If you're shooting 45%, you're him.
And then River Brown deserves credit as a coach.
100%.
Nah, I don't want the credit.
It's all him.
Yeah, it's on him.
45% from 3 on move.
You know what I learned about ball handling drills when it comes to basketball is to do it in motion. Because I was watching a video from Jason Preston, because back then I feel like most ball handling drills used to be stationary. It used to be like you're just kind of trying to control the ball.
Fluid.
Yeah, versus like I saw Jason Preston, he was like, no, like when he does ball handling drills, he is moving with it and he's like trying to be shifty in the motion so it's not stationary. And it makes more sense because you're trying to replicate
moving in
game action.
Everything is game speed. So like you have like speed up, slow down, everything is like fluid. So it's all everything in motion, you got to do it. But you have to, it's just repetition.
Are you one of those coaches, maybe not one-on-one, but like when you have like your AAU team, are you one of those coaches like we're not touching the ball for an hour?
Oh yeah. Practices, we don't touch the ball for 30 minutes to probably like 30,
what are you
45. Doing? We do a lot of
drills and
defense, drills, agility, stuff like that. Okay. When I'm training one-on-one though, no, we don't. First thing we do is the ladder stuff. Like we get the ladder stuff out the way, and then agility stuff, and then we touch the ball.
You know what I noticed with modern day basketball, and I said this to a friend earlier today, and then he called me like an old head. It is what it is. But the difference in rules today is jarring. They allow them to get away with everything, and I'm not just saying that as like somebody that like is just hating on the modern era, but like rules back then used to be very strict. Like the travels used to be strict. If you're there was no gather step. There was no 0 step. You're stepping 4 times. Exactly. Like pivot foots. Now you can drag it. Back then you move it even slightly, you're getting called for it. It's a turnover. And I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like back then it took more skill to a certain degree to play basketball because the rules were so strict, and if you weren't as disciplined as possible, then you didn't get away with it. Versus now, you get away with a lot of things in basketball.
That's only an NBA though.
Yeah,
because of the entertainment purposes. Like college, high school, you cannot do none of that shit.
No, they call it. They call it easily.
Middle school, they call all that stuff. It's really just NBA and the entertainment. They just try to make it like an entertainment sport, and I get it.
You know how many times I got called for a pump fake drive travel?
Yeah.
All the time.
I feel like it's more entertaining if the NBA were to adopt stricter rules, though. Because I don't feel like basketball back then was not entertaining. I just feel like Adam Silver just like leaned all the way into like offense and like just disregarded everything else.
Is this like all a Denny obvious shot?
No.
You gave Denny a compliment on was the Trae Young video? I forgot what you said.
What did you say?
You said something at the end positive about Denny.
Yeah. Well, listen, I said we'll talk about the Trae Young thing, but it's just like, I mean, if they were going to trade for a point guard, Denny Avdija is playing point guard for the Blazers, and he's averaging like 25, 7, and 7. If they were going to trade for a point guard, you might as well have just kept Denny Avdija.
Yes, that's what it was.
Because it kind of like, they traded nothing to get Trae Young, and I think it was like objectively good. But if you're going to do all of that, then it still made no sense to trade Denny in that moment, considering also what he's become. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. But, I mean, with the foul stuff, it's easy, bro. I mean, listen, I'll be fair. He cooked the Rockets. He also got a lot of bullshit calls late.
Bro.
I mean, Tari Eason even said, they asked him, why is it hard to guard him? And he said, zebras. I mean, they cannot touch the guy. And that's not just him. It's also other players. Now, like, bro, now offensive players can truck defensive players, and it's a defensive foul. It's just no balance to the game at all.
It's been like that for a minute. I mean, you see the same thing in the NFL too. Like, you see defensive pass interference happen 15 times as often as offensive pass interference you see once every other game. Yeah, I mean the Panthers got a few calls that didn't go their way. But either way, you see defensive pass interference get called so much more often than offensive. And they're always both hand fighting, they're both pushing each other, but it's just how sports is now. I think entertainment value is gonna sway to offense. So referees are gonna sway to being more lenient to the offensive player.
And now in the middle of this table right now, we have the pick a side hoodie that we are dropping. Now we are recording this on Thursday night, but this episode should be out in the morning. And by the time it is out, the link to buy this hoodie should be out as well. So you guys can go purchase this hoodie. It is a very soft, luxury type material. It is stretchy. It goes all the way to 3X. Smallest size is extra small. So we have all the sizes covered.
Extra small.
If you want to go support the podcast and get some merch, disclaimer, it is a pre-order, so give us some time to get the hoodies, get them screen printed, and then get them sent out to you guys. But we are dropping this, and we're just dropping this one colorway first, and then we'll see how it does. And if you guys want some more, we'll keep giving you guys some more. Like you're coming back for like trick or treat and Halloween candy, we'll keep giving you some more. But for right now, this is the Pick a Side hoodie, cream color, brown pick a side lettering. EST 2020. That's when we started.
The EST 2020 is hard.
This is going everywhere because I can't tell you how many times all of my friends say, "Yo, let me get a hoodie, let me get merch, let me get this, let me get that." First of all, listen, we're a small business. Yeah. I don't just got hoodies. I can't give you hoodies for free. We're not doing none of that. So this is your time. If you want a hoodie, this is your chance. Don't ask me 2 months from now, can I get a hoodie? Because you're not going to have one. You're hearing it here. It's going to be on Twitter, Instagram, everything else. Now is your chance. It's now or never. It's a great hoodie. You see us in hoodies all the time. We have probably 3-4 different versions at this point in terms of hoodies. Always good quality. So, yeah, show love.
Good on you for saying that, Dels. Because Lord knows that's the truth.
I get sick.
So we really appreciate it. We're trying to get to San Francisco. This would help with the cost of the trip. So if you guys want to support us, that would mean a lot. And also support the sponsor of this show, Poly Market. Now, there was some people on Twitter that sent us screenshots of them already using the app. If you use our code PICKASIDE, you get early access to use the app, and you get $10 to start your portfolio. And I feel like the best part about Poly Market is there's liquidity in it. So if you place a prediction on the app, then at any time you can take out your money. And sometimes the percentages go higher, so you can get a win on your portfolio. You don't have to wait until the prediction is solidified to take out your money. It's always liquid.
Shout out to Blake Etheridge, who was on Poly Market showing us love on Twitter. Shout out to our guy Alex Koshuk. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. If you're using Poly Market, put it on Twitter, tag us. We'll give you a shout out, show some love.
Yeah, no, it's like if you put something on a game and then at halftime they're winning and you don't want to go all the way through, you don't want to see it through. I know in normal sports books they also have like a cash out option for that.
But the cash out is different. This is always available.
Yeah, this is always available, and it's not just like game lines and stuff like that. Like for example, there's like prompts now that who will be the Ravens' next head coach, right? And for whatever reason, and it's not that liquid right now, there's not that many people that have put money into this prompt prediction just yet, but the top candidates are like Clint Kubiak and I think like Matt Nagy. Like they're juicing up the percentages. Brian Flores is like at 2% because people only put like $20 on it so far. So if you think that Brian Flores is going to be the head coach of the Ravens, or at least have a better than 2% chance to be the head coach, even if he doesn't become the head coach, if that money. 2% goes to like 20 to 25% at any point in the cycle, then you can take that money out and you can gain on what you put in. So it's liquid always. So that's the benefit to Poly Market, and the people decide the odds. The public is deciding what way the market shifts. You're not betting against the house.
Is Brian Flores 2%, or you're just throwing it?
No, I'm being dead serious.
That is kind of nuts.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking about doing it, because I think at some point Brian Flores' odds are going to jump up. I feel like
you just interviewed with them.
Yeah, I feel like already, at least in the public's perspective and how I feel about it, I feel like he should be the favorite. That's just my perspective.
Especially because he's already interviewed. Brian Flores and Jesse Minter feel like the two guys that I would be putting, not financial advice. Those are my predictions. My projections, I should say, in terms of who I think Baltimore is going to hire. The last 2 days between McDaniel getting fired and of course John, it's been surprising. I was not expecting, I was kind of expecting it, but I was like,
I feel like we all knew John was going to get fired.
Yeah, more likely than, because McDaniel, this Dolphin season's been over for a week now. Typically, you fire a guy, after
Black Monday. Harbaugh firing was one of those similar like a Tomlin. Like I had to see it to believe it.
Yeah,
like he'd just been with that franchise for so many seasons.
It was time, though, I think.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. I thought it was the right move.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be really interesting to see where he goes and how he does.
It was still surprising to me that Stefanski got fired. So, like, even for me to say that, I have to say that I'm surprised by Harbaugh, because he just had been such a staple for so long.
I see both sides, because if you're the Giants or Miami, you see him, you're like, I see it like, I want him. This is my number one choice. But I also get like, I don't know. It depends a lot on the coordinators, because you're getting a guy who, obviously, he's not offensive mind, defensive mind. He's the CEO, special teams. That's what he was brought up on. So I see the guys, like I have Giants fans who want him desperately and say, I would do anything for him. But I see the other side because, yeah, we saw, I don't want to compare it directly to Pete Carroll, but saw Pete Carroll where it's like, oh, home run higher, and the Raiders were a disaster. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Harbaugh, McDaniel got fired. Later on in the show, we are going to rank the best head coaching vacancies from the most and least desirable. But we're going to start off the show talking about Trae Young. Trae Young got traded. The Wizards got Trae Young, and they sent out CJ McCollum, an expiring contract, and also Corey Kispert, who's on a 4-year, $54 million deal, if I'm not mistaken. It is really good value. I feel like he's a solid player.
I don't think he played a lot of Washington.
He really did not. I feel like Atlanta came out on top in this deal because, number one, I do think that Trae Young right now, the lower body injuries have affected his game a lot. And it's just he doesn't play defense. He's inefficient. I understand the allure somewhat, bringing in a playmaker to Washington to help out those wings and Alex Sarr develop a little bit more, bring in some stability at point guard because they don't have a point guard right now. But I think Atlanta, it just went to show that like nobody was interested for Trae Young. Nobody wanted his type of archetype. We had contending teams like Minnesota that clearly needed a point guard, and they said, Trae Young, we're good. $40 million for that guy, for what he provides, we don't want it. And for Atlanta, up until 2028, I think for the next 2 seasons, they're going to have Jaylen Johnson under contract, who he's making $30 million per year. And I think they might have him locked in for, I think, a season after that too. But that's their highest salary. You have Jaylen Johnson, Alexander Walker, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka Okongwu, now Corey Kispert, and some of those role players locked up for the next couple of seasons. So this isn't a team that now is in a financial situation that is dire. They have flexibility to make real moves. They have a potential top 3 pick in this upcoming draft to bring in a real superstar talent to this team. I think Atlanta is in like the best position they've been in as a franchise in a while. Like, you know, moving off of Trae Young provided them even more flexibility. And I mean, at the very least, they were able to get back a role player. And I feel like, would you rather get back a role player, or would you rather pick up Trae Young's $49 million option and then pay him long term? I feel like it was easy.
I'll say this. I think about Minnesota, and I don't know if they could have given a better package than McCollum and Kispert, truthfully. McCollum has not missed a game up until this most recent point. He'd been giving Washington really strong minutes, had been a strong provider for them on the offensive side of the ball. We know that he can play make a bit. One of the better three-point shooters in the league. This was a good move objectively for Atlanta. Now, I think that when you take a step back and you understand Trae Young is still a great talent in this league. I'm not going to be the guy that jumps ship and says that Trae Young is no longer a good basketball player. He's not going to be useful to an NBA team. Do I agree that his limitations do negatively impact winning? To a certain degree. But he is still one of the best playmakers in the association by far. And when you have these young cats the way that Washington does, they need a guy that's going to put them in position to score the basketball and to continue to grow their game. The Hawks needed to make this move because they needed to free up the burden that was the contract that was Trae Young, plus the idea that potentially you're either forced to sign him or let him walk for nothing. That was obviously going to be a case where Atlanta at minimum was able to get something back, and another shooter in Corey Kispert as well. So now there's more shooting on Atlanta, shooting that I'm sure Trae Young would have loved, but you needed to make this move if you were Atlanta. For Washington, you're building for the future. You're building for next season. I think that, did you mention it already in this episode, talking about him giving praise to Denny Avdia? It's true. What you said is facts. Washington should have never moved off Denny without a shadow of a doubt. But you still bring in a guy like Trae Young in Washington. It's hard to bring a player of the caliber of Trae Young. You're getting him at a very strong discount because he's not that same player. But Washington is building something on the defensive side of the ball that they feel like they can mask Trae Young's insufficiencies, which they're definitely real due to his height and due to his wear and tear on his body, which I'm surprised at, truthfully.
Yeah, it was honestly at both sides. I like the deal. You know, for Washington, they've just been so bad for so long that if Trae Young is healthy, which seems like it'll be next season, the reports are that he's probably not even going to play this year, which kind of feels like a win-win because they could still get.
They don't know if they're going to pay him.
Say that again.
Washington doesn't know if they're going to pay him.
They're going to just let him walk.
They traded nothing to get him.
I guess.
And he's not playing this year.
Is that the report though?
That it's more like I think they'll pay him because I feel like if you're
he'll
Washington,
definitely pick up the option, so he'll be there next year.
Yeah, he'll be there for at least one season.
Yeah, for sure. So,
but after that, who knows?
After that, who knows? But I'm saying at least for one more season. Washington has just been obviously bottom of the barrel in terms of NBA. They've been picking, towards the top of the draft for some years now. So for at least one season, they should be in the East like a play-in team next year. I think if Trae Young's healthy, especially if you're getting a top 3 pick. And say it again.
That's wishful thinking.
I don't know if you get another top
You're
3
saying
pick next year
at the end of next season.
Yeah. Next season,
understand.
if you get a healthy Trae Young, I think he raises your floor if he's healthy. This is still a guy that could give you 26 and 12 a night, right? Like he has so many issues, and you spoke about it. I'm not going to sit here and say like he's a perfect basketball player. It's far from. But for Washington, who's just been so terrible for so long, I think it gives you some level of competency going forward that we have all these young players, but now we have someone that can also play make, especially for a guy like Alex Sarr, who you could have a pick and roll combination, a lob threat there. I think it'd be good for his development and just the team overall, just bringing some more playmaking in for these young players because you want to see them be able to progress as their careers go on. So for Washington, for what you gave up, Kispert and CJ McCollum, I think that's a win, right? You bring some sort of excitement, I think, to the fan base who, if you're a Wizards fan, God bless you, you've been watching these games for the last few years because it's been a really bad team. So from that perspective, I like it. And for Atlanta, the relationship, it just seemed too far gone at this point. Trae Young had been the face for the Hawks for so long, obviously had the ECF run some years ago. But since then, it's been disappointing. I think it's a combination of Trae Young being disappointing, his game regressing due to inefficiency just from the three-point shot, then now the injuries in the last couple of seasons, and then the players they've surrounded him with too, right? The DeJounte Murray deal didn't work out. The Porzingis deal right now isn't working out. So it's been on both parties. It's been on Trae not holding up his side of the bargain. It's been on the Hawks not holding up their side of the bargain. With that being said, though, now it feels like you're being able to build those pieces with Jaylen Johnson, with Dyson Daniels and some of these guys. So it felt like the relationship was just past due. You were able to get Corey Kispert, CJ McCollum, a couple of role players that, are they long-term pieces? Probably not. But they still need a guy. Like, I love Jaylen Johnson. I think he's really good, but they still are a few pieces away from like being a true real playoff series contender in my eyes.
This is tough. I think last year they made those moves with the benefits of hopefully it works out for Trae Young, but we still want to build this team within this, right? With thinking past Trae Young too. I think the Dyson Daniels additions, picking Ricochet, bringing in having Jaylen Johnson, bringing in Porzingis, like they built this team with the mindset of whether it's Trae Young or whoever, this is how we want to build our team. Young, scrappy, athletic, long wings on the perimeter. And I think for this year, for Trae Young, just with him being injured, him also just regressing as a player, it not really working out for him. And I think, like you said, they made the right move inevitably. I thought they'd get at least some seconds. Like him going for just CJ and Corey Kispert just speaks on the market of the type of guards like at that size. I think it's tough. But for Atlanta, still have the Pelicans pick. I do think it's going to be interesting because you mentioned it. I still feel like they need a half-court creator. Hopefully that Pelicans pick turns 1, 2, 3. And then they pick one of the big three. As for Washington,
you're still out?
I don't know. Like, Trae Johnson doesn't want to guard anybody.
Yeah.
Bilal can't score on anybody. Sarr's
his defense is amazing.
It is, but it's hard to keep him on the floor. Sarr and Keyshawn George are like your They're bright awesome. Spots.
Yeah.
The depth around the team sucks. Still trying to figure out what type of coach they have.
I think Bub will benefit from Trae.
Hopefully, whenever he plays, Trae Young has to play.
Just being in the building alone, though.
Yeah, it screams. The deal was there. There was nothing to give. Like give up CJ and Corey Kispert.
Do you think another team could have gotten Trae Young for a better deal than what Washington gave? Though
I don't think it's more about the deal. I think it's about the damaged goods. Like if you're in Minnesota, we're gonna move off to get Trae Young. He's not gonna play this year.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but who would Minnesota have given?
Probably Nas Reed and Michael Conley.
Hell fucking no.
Straight, yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Wait for Atlanta. Nas Reed's better than Corey Kispert.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
If I'm Minnesota, that's insane.
But that's the thing is like
kind of, sort of, yeah.
I think Trae Young, the reality of it, Trae Young had no value.
Yeah.
No team in the
injuries
NBA
messed him
outside
up.
of the worst team in basketball said we want
And that
him
was
on our
only
team.
because I feel like Trae Young said
I
came
want
out.
get me
I
to
wanna go
Washington.
Well, because I think he knew that Washington was the only team that wanted him. So
And
he's
you want to
like,
know why? Because
yeah.
Washington is the only team that has cap space that
Yep.
can pay him.
Yep.
And Trae Young knows that at this point in his career, I mean, let's be honest.
Got one contract left.
He made a move to get paid, not to win. That's what he did. And
Whoa.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it.
That's
You want
winning.
Washington to win.
Yeah, it is winning in life
No,
for
yeah, it's
sure.
winning.
But Washington, maybe all their young players pan out and they're able to be a fun, competitive team that wins basketball games. But Trae Young, I'm sure him and his agents said, listen, this place, this is where you're going to get paid. Next year, their highest paid player is making less than $13 million. They're paying nobody. They can easily accept your option, and because there is a floor for how much you have to spend as an NBA team every year. So
is so
regardless if you are paying Trae Young $49 million or you're paying somebody else in free agency that much money, you have to pay somebody.
Yeah, that's
so
another stupid thing. Like, why are you forcing teams to pay players?
Because I think it probably like keeps you trying to be competitive.
It's like, dude,
But NFL teams are
Same
able
salary
to
yeah, it's
continue to
like
grow their
how
salary
Houston
cap.
had to pay Fred and had to
Yeah.
like they have to spend
That
that
kind
money.
of worked out though.
Yeah, low key, I just feel like why like you already cripple teams with the second apron. You can't make trades
True.
in consecutive years.
True.
Now we gotta force you to pay these. Like, if my team is ass, I'm not giving a bum $30 million.
There's probably a salary floor in the NFL. I would imagine.
I think
Yeah,
there is. I think there is.
probably hope- I hope so.
Like that's the reason why when we had the bump in how much players got paid, the explosive offseason when KD went to the Warriors, the reason why the Warriors were able to make that move is that every team got a boost in cap space. There is a reason why Nick Batum got like an exorbitant amount of money from the Hornets.
Well, the Cincinnati,
It's because
they
they
don't
needed
pay
to spend that
anybody.
money.
The Bengals, yeah, they're notorious for being cheap, but there's still a floor. I don't know, say.
I'm pretty sure there is a floor in the
I think
NFL
so, there
too,
is, yeah.
but
Yeah.
there you have to reach a certain amount. So the Wizards need to pay somebody. They're not paying nobody, and Trae Young knows that he could get paid with Washington.
But they're talking about they you know what, that's the funny part about the situation. I don't know what report is true, what's not, but what just going off what we know right now, allegedly, they don't even know if they're gonna pay him. So it's really a gamble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're getting that. First of all, that option was a player option. No, it's a team option.
If it's a team,
It's a player
option,
It's a player option. So he was wherever he was going, he was gonna accept that money.
Is he?
Yeah, wherever he was going, like 48 mil. I'm
He's not
accepting
getting
that.
that on open
Yeah, I
market.
think
Really?
he's smart
Nah,
enough.
I don't think
You
so.
don't decline that money.
I mean, we got like the Hawks tried to build around Trae Young, and
One time.
they failed in multiple attempts. Yeah, you're right. You know,
Wouldn't you argue that drafting Ricochet was for Trae Young?
It was for whatever guard was gonna be there.
Maybe I am blindsided by everything that's transpired with the Hawks.
It all started with Lord Pierce was a failure. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, failures. DeJounte Murray, failures.
They gave up on DeAndre Hunter way too quickly. He
Well,
finally starts playing basketball at a really high level, and then they trade him.
He didn't fit. He was coming off the bench. That
But
was his
he
best
was
year.
cooking.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think Atlanta right now, I think they're in a great spot. Like I think
I'm not going to disagree, but for the Trae Young era, this is kind of where I'm focused on. For the Trae Young era,
you weren't going to win with him anyway.
all of their moves, it seemed, was around Trae.
Maybe for the first couple of years, last couple of seasons, it definitely felt like they were making moves to build an identity. I think the Alexander Walker signing identity.
Dyson Daniels is a move to help relieve.
He's also been dog shit.
No, agreed. But last year, I'm saying mainly,
Yeah.
like, you brought him
was a
in
gamble.
because of defense. He played way better than you anticipated. I agree. This year, he's been struggling. Zachary Ricochet, another 3-and-D wing. Obviously,
But the
Jaylen
Dyson
Johnson.
trade was just getting off of DeJounte.
Correct.
It wasn't
really a
off.
gamble.
It wasn't off. It wasn't. Let's build this
Wasn't
around
for
Trae Young. It was
yeah.
like, okay, the Pelicans want DeJounte because he's also somebody else that nobody really wanted, and they're willing to give us Dyson and somebody else.
But it's a player that, just in the theory alone.
yeah. In the theory, he might have fit, but I don't think the Hawks did that to be like, okay, we're trying to
Are we saying this in
maximize Trae
hindsight,
Young's
or am I
window.
nuts? Like, I never imagined the Hawks being so willing to just say, Trae Young, bye.
No, I mean, if you would have said this is the deal even a year ago,
I'm caught off guard
I mean,
by the
They made it
willingness.
so
The,
fast.
the reason
outside,
why
exactly.
That's why they
They made
want
it
him.
so
That's what I'm
fast.
saying. Like, they just ripped the
They made
Band-Aid
it
off.
so-
That's
but
what has me.
I love franchises that do that.
I respect
Like, they
them
jumped
too.
the gun early.
Like
The reason
Brandon
why they
Ingram
did
last
that-
year,
Yeah.
that was random.
Yes. The reason why they did that though is because this year it was the most glaring it's ever been that he's not going to work out. Like this year, his numbers, his points per game averages went down. Jaylen Johnson broke out. 3 players in the NBA lead their teams in points, rebounds, and assists this year. That's Jokic, Jaylen Johnson, and Josh Giddey. Those are the 3. Jaylen Johnson broke out and became an all-around offensive engine for them. So where you don't want to take the basketball out of Jaylen Johnson's hands for Trae Young, you want Jaylen Johnson to have the basketball.
You've been disrespectful on Jaylen Johnson recently. For what reason?
This is defense.
No, I just think he still struggles as a half-court creator.
But then with Trae Young, I mean, you look at the record the Hawks had with him and without him. With him, they were dog shit. They were like trending towards Wizards. They had the Wizards win percentage when Trae Young played.
Yeah.
Versus when he didn't play, they were actually a competent team that were competing, and that the other night blew out my Knicks, and we could not fuck with them at all.
Well, you couldn't fuck with us either, but you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Who's us?
Pistons.
Sorry.
His Cat played terribly, and Isaiah Stewart shut his ass down. That's what happened.
That's why you've been hating on Cat.
Yeah, that's what happened. But the Hawks
really
right
what it
now,
is.
I mean, if Isaiah Stewart played in the series last year, I don't think we make it out the first round.
You guys then beat the
Celtics.
Celtics.
I know we
going
did.
to 6 games. I mean, to be fair, to the first round, was it 6 or 7?
It was 6
games,
series.
but it went down to the wire.
Yeah.
Every game.
Could have easily won 7. Isaiah Stewart definitely would have made a huge difference in that series.
For
but
sure.
Neither here or there. This year was just the most apparent that it's ever been that Trae Young is just not going to fit what we're doing, and he's regressing. And they looked at the downtrend and they said, we're going to bet against that, and we don't want to deal with it no more.
I get it. I
don't super hate it.
I don't super hate it either. I really will just say I never saw the Hawks going this route.
Not for this package. I mean, you could have seen Trae Young eventually getting moved, but if you would have told me it's for 2 role players, CJ
and
on
here's why I know that the Hawks realized this too late. And you could argue that they realized it maybe 2 months ago. Because if you really felt this strongly, even what you're saying, like I think it's just like coincidentally that they made all these moves that just fit around Trae. If that was the case, then why not trade him years ago when his value is actually worth something?
Well, I think
he tanked
at that
his
point
value.
you were still building around him.
He tanked his value.
I thought Porzingis and Ricochet was for Trae.
For Trae,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that was this offseason. Zach was last.
And they just pulled the bid.
The trend that I've noticed with the Hawks is all of the moves that they have been making as of recently, even the Porzingis move, they made it because it was the right decision to make.
It was free.
Like, regardless if it was for Trae or not, like, they got Porzingis
assets,
for nothing.
I think.
Did they not trade Georges Niang for Porzingis?
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing. Like, it was like, okay, we'll
they could
take
trade
him on.
Porzingis for AD. That's another thing. They want AD right now.
But what has Porzingis really done this season?
Well, no, nothing. He barely plays.
Exactly.
He has this sickness again, but he has $30 million expiring, which is probably...
And that's enticing for
Like, bro,
them.
the Hawks have $60 million expiring with CJ and Porzingis coming off the books. They have 6 to 7 players that are actually serviceable on the books for the next couple of years.
Next year.
Dyson's, it's still Jaylen Johnson's $30 million is the most they're going to be spending.
No, but I know you said $60 million cap, but that obviously probably is thinking with Dyson $7 million right now. Because Dyson does his money kick in next year. And that's going to cut probably like 10 to 15 of that.
His money probably does kick in, but it won't supplant what Jaylen Johnson's making. Like
No.
It's like $30 million is the most they're paying for any player, and that's a steal for paying what they're paying Jaylen Johnson. Yeah. Like, this team now has a lot of flexibility to make moves. Like, I wouldn't count them out in the Giannis sweepstakes at all because they will have the proper ammunition to do that. But also,
what's the ammunition?
The top 3 potential pick in this draft.
I'm not giving that up for Giannis.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
They're so far away from
they have so much cap.
I don't know. Giannis just makes you such an immediate threat.
Well, would you make the deal not knowing it's a top 3 pick? Like, obviously in the offseason, that's one thing. But right now, you can make that deal because you're not guaranteed to get that.
You're not, but I just don't feel like... I feel like Atlanta's so far away from the championship.
And if the Bucks trade for that pick without knowing it's top 3,
it's always
malpractice.
It is, unless you do it after the lottery.
That's the only way I consider trading the pick for the pick.
And even then, that's tough
at that point,
Porzingis, I think his deal will be up by then. Like,
the Hawks, they have now set themselves up with good, serviceable role players, flexibility for the future, and because they have 2 picks going to San Antonio relatively soon because of the DeJounte trade. Still, that pick they got from the Pelicans, they are going to if they get a top pick and it is one of those 3 best players, and we're talking about Atlanta as a team that could really rise in the East if it is one of those 3 guys. Like they can rise quickly.
Rise from like the play into like the 6th seed. I don't know.
Probably a little higher.
Well, depending on who they get.
Darren Peterson, AJ DeBansta, Boozer, those three seem to be.
They'll pick Darren.
I think that makes the most sense.
They got a lot of young players,
position need.
flexibility, in theory, defenders. They haven't been locked in every single night, but
you think DeBansta is repetitive?
Darren Peterson's the top 4 seed in the East just like overnight. You still got.
You gotta ask me like a question.
Well, not overnight, but I think it's a core that grows together. And if Darren Peterson,
ask me a question at the same time.
If Darren Peterson is like an Anthony Edwards level talent, where he could be one of the best shooting guards in the league,
he's a better prospect.
Okay, so I mean, if you think that he is that, then I mean, yeah, it makes Atlanta like a real threat long term.
He's like the best guard prospect in like the last 20 years.
Long term, I'm with
the best what?
Guard prospect in like the last 20
years.
Really?
It took Ant until like just year 3 for Minnesota to become like a legit threat.
Yeah, well, DP can shoot now. Yeah. I think that's the difference.
Well, Anthony Edwards could shoot too.
No, I'm saying like DP coming out can shoot.
Yeah.
Did you know? Actually, just happened today.
He's ahead of the curve. Yes.
I believe AE was just the third fastest
10,000 points.
to 10,000 points.
There you go. Yeah,
top 20 player ever.
I feel like AJ would be. You got AJ, Jaylen. It's a lot of. I don't know.
I think he might have just passed Devin Booker, man.
Wow.
There you go.
Shout out to Devin.
It's elite company. LeBron, KD. Now AE.
Shout out to AE.
Listen, I hope Atlanta makes the right move. You know, I hope they get a top 3 pick. That'd be cool. We need more stars in the East.
By the way, in the NFL, you need to spend 90% of the cap over a 3-year period.
So it's 3 years.
From like 2021.
There's no way Cincinnati's doing
26, 27 to 29. I don't know.
They fake just did.
That's crazy. So they really wait to the end.
They gave all their bread to Joe Burrow for a minute.
So
and then they waited a couple years.
They wait till the third year and they're like, all right, yeah. Okay. Cincinnati's hilarious for that. Yeah, man. Hey, Trae Young, get healthy.
Yeah, healthy Trae Young.
I weirdly am excited to see him play basketball in Washington.
That is only 3 hours away.
Something about watching a really great player
3 hours to
on
watch
a
the
bad
Wizards
team.
be nuts.
Like when Blake went to the Pistons,
it was fun.
It was box office television. He was a dog. I don't know. It's just the random teams that.
Well, DP's about 6'5". That's another big guard coming in. You got Flemings. You got CA coming in.
Who's a better prospect, DP or Derrick Rose?
Ooh, that's probably the guy.
Because you said 20 years. That's the first one that comes to mind. What about him or Kyrie?
DP.
But Kyrie played 4 games.
Yeah, I'd go DP's having 25 and he's not playing second halves. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'd probably go DP over both of them.
You know, I've seen a lot just about his injury concerns. You're not worried?
Yeah, because he can't play the second half sometimes. Yeah, it's always hamstrings or something like that. But
he's young Kawhi, man.
Hey, what the hell?
Scary.
It's so scary. Don't say that.
Hey, but Kawhi's,
if you tell me
Kawhi has nothing but the knee stuff.
No, I get it, but if you tell me right now, I'm signing up for Kawhi Leonard's career.
Well, he's more
taking it.
He's more dynamic, less of a defender. He's just a bucket. Like this is like Kobe light.
I respect that.
Like it's insane the shit he does. Yeah, hopefully Atlanta gets better.
Do you have a guy to the big 3 that you like?
AJ.
AJ.
I was gonna say, I'm wondering, you do.
It's AJ over everybody.
You think he's better than AJ?
No, fuck no. Nobody's better than AJ.
Is it because of the Gunner song?
Nah.
Because I would understand.
No, we rock with AJ.
I was watching him before the Gunner song. I've been watching AJ for a minute.
No, you have.
A minute, yeah. Now, he did a half-court windmill.
Wait, half court? No. Say that again?
Like, in the half court, he did a windmill. Like, coming down to, like, had the ball, came down, middle of the lane.
That was a good play.
That's pretty hard.
That was a good play.
18 years old.
Yeah. I mean, he's a physical
BYU.
Maybe Jaylen Brown boys.
I think that's what gets me more than anything. He really went to BYU.
They paid him a lot of money.
They must have.
Igor Demon he has some pretty good advanced analytics for the Nets right now.
I wanted Igor to stay. They would have won.
Igor Demon is shooting well for the Nets. He's playing really good basketball for them.
Wow.
I like that for him. He was awful in summer league. Like truly awful.
Yeah.
And he was awful last year.
Anthony Black's playing well too.
I never hated Anthony Black.
Anthony Black is starting to cook.
You did that to yourself.
Nah.
No, you did. You actually did. It's actually your fault.
You were glazing the shit out of Anthony Black.
You did that. You just started randomly attacking the men. Like it was out of nowhere.
When we were at summer league,
out of nowhere. Like you just started attacking the men. We were sitting there enjoying the play.
He had a regularized play. He said, "Man can't do that."
Yeah, like just randomly started attacking. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like just out of nowhere.
And then after last year, Anthony Black, you're like,
well, men's been hooping.
No, Amen since KD said we need somebody to get a bucket. He has been locked in.
They've both been playing well. Let's just say that.
Yeah, two young kings.
So wait, let me ask you a question.
I think he's far off.
You think? I don't think it's far off.
What was that shit that you sent about if they were doing a redraft, Anthony Black would go second?
Huh?
said,
Well, it was a tweet. It was a tweet.
Twitter
Did you agree with it?
No, I just sent it.
Sometimes you send shit, just send it.
He's
I
playing
definitely
really well.
just send shit to be funny.
He's playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing well. I mean, listen.
Definitely going over B-Mill.
The Atlanta Hawks, they have a chance to get one of the top 3 picks.
I just wanted to see.
There's a couple teams that I feel like coming into the season, they were going to position themselves for the opportunity of drafting one of the top 3. 2 of them in the East. One of them was the Pacers. They have positioned themselves brilliantly.
Can't believe it.
I don't think that any player has done more for the reputation and the perceived value than Tyrese Halliburton. He goes out.
He's in like Patrick Mahomes talks. Like when they go down, it's like the team just falls apart.
I mean, the team did fall apart, but even before Tyrese, became that guy, they fell apart.
From?
Tyrese,
I don't
the
know.
roster that he went into with Indiana was.
He said this?
No, but remember, was the last episode? He said Patrick Mahomes goes down to the
No,
worst
he
team in
said
football.
that shit out of nowhere,
They
bro.
are.
Crying.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes proves his value without playing.
I mean, they also went to their 3rd string very quick, but they were going to lose to the Titans with Mitch.
They could have had.
The team was bad.
It don't matter. They could have had anybody. They would have
wasn't
lost. But yes, I mean the analogy sticks. Halliburton doesn't play. Mahomes doesn't play. Their perceived value goes up. The Pacers are terrible. I know they lost Miles Turner too, but it's clear that he's the engine that makes it go. So the Pacers are optimistic that they can maybe get a top 3
I don't
pick.
think it AJ.
That would be amazing.
I can't
God.
believe they're terrible.
They're not just terrible; they're god awful.
I can't
they
believe
truly
it.
are
They
dog
what the
shit.
six win still 6-30 or some shit.
I don't know. Some
I mean, they
DC
have-
Do you
losers.
see
have
who's
they
playing
have
some
8
elite
wins, I
empty
think.
stat basketball too?
Who?
Nemhard.
Oh, there you go.
Shout out.
He's been rocking out this year.
There you
Yeah,
go.
no,
I've
he's
enjoyed my
playing well.
fantasy basketball team.
Hey, they got him on a
Probably
cute
won't be
little
in the
18 million a
MIP
year.
talks.
Like,
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's
rock
playing
it.
well, but I thought the Boston Celtics would have positioned themselves in that type of way
We got
to
our
get
bet,
a
bro.
top pick.
Don't
I know
forget.
that Mr. Dells wanted themselves to
We got our
position
bet.
themselves
Good
in
on
that,
you.
in
Good on
that
you for
type
that.
of
Good on you for
realm.
that. I'm happy you did that.
You know, I know
Did
I
make
know
a
in
bet.
the,
Oh my God.
I'm glad you
Celtics
did that.
bet.
in the offseason, Dells, he wanted one of those 3 picks. He wanted
I
that
wanted
to
AJ
come to the
desperately.
Celtics.
Well,
So wait, you made a bet that you would be a bottom 3 team?
no, I had the
no.
Celtics. He had the Pacers.
Yeah. Who
I
had
said
a
the
better
Celtics
record?
will be better.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, you might as well pay now.
Yeah,
So wait, who's getting bread?
it would be me.
Well, it's going to be
He
Dells.
picked
won the
Celtics. He
bet,
picked
yeah.
Pacers.
Oh, that was so dumb.
Pay that up.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Well, I
There's no
didn't
way
think it
that.
was
I didn't
dumb.
think it'd be this year. To be fair.
Yeah, there's no
I
way.
thought maybe they'd be a couple games off, if anything.
I thought
didn't
Indiana would be a
think it'd that
playing
bad.
team, like a
I
10
thought
dice
they'd
I
be
thought it'd be
playing
respectable,
too.
yeah.
You
They're
know, they've been
horrible.
awful, but the Celtics now they've exceeded a lot of expectations because they came into this season with virtually none. Jaylen Brown is 7th in the recent MVP ladder.
Too low.
He's playing really good basketball. He's averaging 30 efficiently. But
We
I think
always
more
knew,
than
man.
anything, like second best offense in basketball, it goes to show that Missoula ball works.
Second
with-
best in NBA history.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's
Bro, it's
always
like 5
getting
new
juiced
teams
up.
there,
It's
bro.
it's every year. It's
nuts,
someone
bro.
new.
It is.
I think
And-
Houston's up there.
Is it the 3-point? Is
It
that
might-
why
it
it
might-
skews
it
it
might
so
be.
high?
Yeah,
And the
just by
pace.
yeah.
The pace, too.
Yeah, the more points you scored, it's points per 100 possessions. That's offensive rating. So the more possessions, I guess, they're in
And there's
the
more
game.
possession basketball now. than there was in the
2026 Houston
2000s.
Rockets are up there. Believe that shit.
Yeah,
Like, they're up there.
And the
I mean,
Nuggets right now are number one
Top 10
all
ever.
time.
Nuts.
yeah. Nuggets are number one.
Nuts.
Yeah, Jamal
They've
Murray's
been
balling out.
good.
Also.
They just gamed us
They've
last
been
night.
good.
Top 10 ever?
No.
Insane.
No.
But yeah, it's the Celtics are playing really well. Missoula ball clearly works. He's built an offensive system that has been able to translate even without Jason Tatum on the floor. But more than anything, I think that, Jaylen Brown being as good as he is right now, I think he has a 2% chance to win MVP on Poly Market. The players over him are Jokic, Shea, Luka, Cade. Those are the only 4. So he's like 5th, 6th in those chances according to the public on Poly Market.
Is him and Brunson, like, back and forth?
Brunson, I think, is one spot behind him. But it's really the young players that have impressed me the most on Boston. I think their 2-guard lineup off the bench with Simons and Pritchard, it gives them consistent offensive juice. Queta has really broken out. Jordan Walsh, Hauser, Hugo Gonzalez, Minot, like you
Luka
name
Garza's
it.
been giving good minutes too recently.
Like you name it, the
Iowa
Celtics.
legend.
The Celtics have a deep pool of contributors right now, and that's why the Celtics are the 2nd seed in the East. I mean, they just have a bunch of contributors right now, and they look really good.
Yeah, it's been impressive. Coming off last night's loss, doesn't feel as great losing to the Jokic-less Nuggets, and they kind of handled, especially in the second half. But no, you're right, because Jaylen Brown gets a lot of attention. He deserves a lot of attention. I had questions about what this looks like with him as the number 1, which I think the rest of the NBA community did. But he's been great. Like the efficiency from all three levels, but especially the mid-range as a playmaker, he's been making smart decisions. The Celtics as a whole, in terms of turnovers, are number one. They don't turn the ball over whatsoever. And credit to Jaylen Brown, but it's the whole team, right? The fact that Joe Mazzulla, of course, Tatum goes down, but obviously Porzingis leaves, Cornette leaves, Drew leaves, so you have a whole new roster. I mean, like basically half of the rotation, if not more, are guys that weren't there last year, let alone starters last year, right? You bring in Anthony Simons and you draft Hugo, who's this 19-year-old kid who comes in and gives you all of this energy and defense and excitement. And Walsh, who has been, I was really excited for Jordan Walsh to, I think, break out and become the star. And his minutes could fluctuate game to game, and Mazzulla could have a short leash with him from time to time. But the defensive upside that he brings to you is really special. And he's been hitting the 3-point shot at a clip that you could be excited about, that he could be this, like, a really solid contributor and role player and potentially more down the line. But I think a lot of this comes down to Mazzulla, too. Like, to think about where we were year one, I remember defending Mazzulla with my life up here after we lost to the Heat, saying everyone just missed fucking open threes. And to see where he is now, where I think he's regarded as probably one of the top coaches, one of the top 5 or 6 coaches in the NBA. He gets a lot of buy-in, a lot of belief. Of course, the Mazzulla ball with the threes, but it's a lot of defense too. Like, if you can't defend, you're not going to play. Anthony Simons, I know, is not known as a defender. I'm not saying he's a good defender, but he has grown a lot, I think, from when he first came. Yeah, like his minutes, because beginning of the year, he would play pretty consistently 20 to 30 minutes. And then there was a stretch like in November, December, where that came down. He's playing under 20 minutes in some games, but you see at least the effort there. There was, wasn't last game, but a couple games ago where he misses just a pull-up jump shot. And a lot of guys, even Simons included early in the year, would just kind of jog back, but he hustled back, got a block shot, got the ball back. So if you're not making those plays too, if you're not trying on defense, Mazzulla is not going to play, right? So it's been really exciting to see. And in an East that's wide open, you have Detroit sitting at number 1, but Boston just passed New York for number 2. Yeah, anything's possible. Like, this felt like a gap year and a sort of retooling year for Boston. But now I'm looking at the deadline, like they should be buyers, right? Like they should go and get some help on the front court. They should go get another big because it seems more and more likely that Tatum will be returning. And what that looks like with Jaylen playing too is going to be interesting, because as great as Jaylen Brown's been, his usage rate has also been insane, as it should be, because it's him and Derek White and like Pritchard. Not a lot of guys you trust consistently making decisions, possession after possession, but it's going to be a bit of a different process coming in, because I think Jaylen Brown should be the one as Tatum kind of gets integrated into this offense again. That's a discussion for a different day. But it's really encouraging what we're seeing from this Boston team with some of the young players and some of these guys that they brought on, like these 1-year deals or traded like Simons or draft picks like Hugo and Walsh over the last couple of years. So it's been awesome to see.
Yeah, we always joked with you every time you brought up Jordan Walsh. But listen, I got to give you some respect. Doubted. You never doubted. You always believed. Now, I could sit up here for however long I talk for, and I could talk nonstop about Jaylen Brown. If you're a real pick-a-side fan, you know Jaylen Brown's one of my favorite players in the National Basketball Association. So for him to be doing what he's doing doesn't surprise me. He's just taking it up another notch. It's not a surprise that Jason Tatum goes down, and the leader that Jaylen Brown is, when you need him to step up, he does. It's the truth. Some slept, some didn't. The real have known. Some thought Jaylen Brown wasn't worthy of being a number 2, should have traded him. Some people thought that he wasn't an all-star. Some people thought he wasn't all-NBA level. Some people thought he was a bad defender. Overpaid. Then we thought he was a good defender. One of the worst contracts in basketball. He's averaging 30 points. One of the most efficient scorers in the game. You wanted him to be a better playmaker. He added that to his game.
Yikes.
So I could do that. I'm going to stop, because who really deserves praise on top of Jaylen Brown, who's getting all of it and deservedly so, is Joe Mazzulla. And I think that's where I'm glad you went, Dales, because Mazzulla has legitimately solidified himself as one of the game's best. To do it without your so-called best player in Jason Tatum, and to be a consistently dominant team in different facets, you have to give credit to where it's due to the head coach, because that's where it starts. It starts from your core. Who are you fundamentally? And every single night, a version of, more often than not, because basketball is ever changing. Any team can get any team. There's a bunch of professionals for a reason. More often than not, You know the version of the Boston Celtics you're going to get because they're extremely disciplined. It starts with Joe Mazzulla. They've bought in. The guys have bought in. And it has been excellent to see Jaylen Brown step up when needed. It's been excellent to see Derek White take his game up another notch after starting the season so poorly that there are some people still who box score watch that think that he's not impacting the game.
I don't box score.
I'm not adding Riv in that regard either. I think Riv has acknowledged that he's played better. He struggled mightily in the beginning. There's no hiding that. But he's played much, much better since that poor start. The Celtics have just bought in. Offensively, defensively, this has been one of the more exciting teams to watch. And as a Jaylen Brown fan, supporter of his from day one, this has been excellent to watch.
So in lineups without Derek White and Jaylen Brown, the Celtics are plus 10.2 and 91st percentile.
How many minutes?
400.
400? I'm just trying to think of like how many lineups are there? Not Derek White or Jaylen Brown.
Payton, Simons, and Queta.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot of Mazzulla tax. Shout out to Mazzulla.
OD.
Shout out to Mazzulla. I ain't got shit to say. I
bet you.
Now, you know what I want to say, though? I want to say, because you talked about the playmaking, and we can lie about playmaking all day.
True.
But in reality, the one thing I will say I'm impressed with Jaylen Brown is I saw the number. We probably on the same page. I saw the number. I just forgot if it was 16th or 6th. But he has like one of those, the highest usage rate in like NBA history. It's one of those two. I just can't remember which one it was.
Who else did you want the ball in their hands right
but
now?
It's the efficiency that's what's he's upticking and getting the ball, and he's maintaining the efficiency. I think that's the most important part. And I think that's what's interesting is Tatum going out. And like you mentioned, we could talk about that all day, but in reality, he's holding the ship down. I think that's super important. And of course, credit to Payton, credit to Simons when he does put it on, credit to Derek White, credit to the role players that they have, the lengthy, scrappy role players that they have. They play a beautiful style of defense on that end. And Joe Mazzulla is having a hell of a season in terms of just coaching. Can Boston win it? It's wide open. Why can't they? Why shouldn't they think that? I don't know if you guys should be sellers, though.
The East?
Yeah, the East. I don't know if you guys should be buyers. I feel like you should wait it out. I feel like give Tatum another year, to really get his feet under him, then figure out what type of moves you make. Unless you want to move Simons, which I think you guys are more than comfortable with moving Simons, to try to bring in a front court guy. But bringing in a front court guy and then also bringing in Tatum, to try to, to fit everything in that late into the season could be rough. And then, we got to see what other teams are buyers and whatnot. But I like the way I like where Boston is headed. I like the brand of basketball that they play with. It's going to be interesting because I do think when Tatum does come back, you don't have to do a number one, number two thing. You can just have them play together or have them play with different type of lineups. And I want to see how Tatum looks. But Jaylen Brown's been awesome. Like, I have nothing negative to say about this guy. He's been awesome this year. He's been playing at a high level. Same thing with Boston. Boston's been doing their thing. It's just about can they maintain it? Because, all these other teams, you go through a slump in a year where you have these down slumps where, you lose 3 or 5 or you lose your 7 to 8.
Spiral.
Yeah, so how do you handle that adversity? I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, the thing that needs to improve with them right now is I think the defense. They're second in offensive rating, but they're 15th in defensive rating.
They just don't have a big that can really like.
Yeah.
That was the question coming in, to be fair.
It's disgusting.
In the lineups that Jaylen Brown has played in only, the offensive rating is 123. It's in the 90th percentile, but the defense, they're allowing a 117 defensive rating.
You got on your cleaning on the glass vibe this episode.
But it is 17th percentile, and those lineups with Jaylen Brown haven't been good defensively. It's probably because he's just trading buckets and scoring at high levels.
Keep them in the game.
Not as I guess putting as much effort into the defense side of the ball. But with Derek White, it's kind of like more of a balance where they're getting the offensive production and they're also getting like a high level defensive production too. And that's why all the metrics basically point to Derek White being the analytic darling of the team, because those lineups with him are really elite defensively. Like, he is anchoring those lineups. So
I think on the team,
yeah, probably, yeah.
Like
best rim protector.
Like, I know there's times where I do troll about Derek White and his rim protection, but I'm being genuine when I say that's a whole.
Oh, we almost made that.
That he's one of the better shot blockers at his position.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
probably
like
the
timely.
best.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's clutch.
He's obviously not like the super athletic guy, but he's smart and timely. I don't think Boston's defense is going to get much better. Like,
well, when Tatum comes back, it can.
Yes,
Would
for
you
sure.
trade for Robert Williams? Because I don't think that'd be that expensive.
Yeah, no, I don't. But to Riv's point, I do get like, you don't want to go all in on this year, and it's obviously like Robert Williams is going to cost multiple first round picks.
All in.
I think the thing about the Celtics now is it's just, there is no unknown or uncertainty in the sense of like Orlando, Paolo goes out, Franz plays really well, they win. Opposite, they don't win.
Always comes back to this. It always
when it comes to
back.
Boston, Jaylen Brown's playing at an elite level, but you know that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown can coexist.
Yeah.
So it's really not an issue. Like, you know that once Jason Tatum comes back.
What Tatum are you getting? I think that's important.
I think even if they get
playmaking Tatum or scoring Tatum, is that what you mean? Or
even if they get 70%,
Achilles,
70% Jason Tatum, I think they could be contenders in the East. They can make a real run at it and be
even
one
like
of the best
70%. Like, I don't want to sound disrespectful. Tatum's a streaky player. That's just who he is, what he is. If you're getting 70% Tatum, how streaky are you getting? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the tricky part. Like, can you be the same defensive versatility guy with that, that Achilles injury in the back of your mind,
But he's really gonna have, let me not say the easiest job that he's had in his Boston tenure. Like, at least this season coming in, we've seen him in years past, particularly their finals run, where he manned down the ship in the paint, and he was able to do so at an effective level defensively. If that's his job because they're desperate for big help and need, I mean, I can't think of a more ideal role. And then offensively, you'd hope that his jump shot is there. If Tatum's jump shot's on, we know who he is.
But then are you doing that against like Philly?
I mean,
In
even
terms
then,
of playing him as the big, absolutely not.
Even then, it's just.
But you could play a small ball lineup against these guys.
I mean, historically, they've doubled a lot off Embiid. Like, obviously, when they had Drew, they put Drew on Embiid, and they would have Porzingis on a non-shooter. But the lineup's just different. The roster's just different.
Yes,
so
Durant would
might be a
kill
more
Tatum.
Traditional matchup.
It's just kill him on the glass. You got Tatum and Stewart in the game. It's bad.
Even then, I think that
you think they'd play the double big?
Detroit does it.
But I'm saying against the Celtics.
Yeah,
in that
Stewart's
regard.
super
that
versatile.
would be their advantage in that series.
Because they don't.
Stewart is super versatile.
They don't have the shooting like they've had in years past. Like where they could really go 5 out. I can't believe Al Horford left, and we're so much better than y'all.
I'm crying.
That wasn't a shot.
Nigga, we can't score.
I know, but it's just like if we were to Horford on this team would be so nice.
Horford's back. He's been out for like a month. He just got back.
Well, regardless.
Well, he wouldn't have played with y'all.
Huh?
He wouldn't have played with you guys.
What do you mean?
He's been hurt for like 2 months.
Well,
no, but
sure.
I understand what he's saying.
But I'm saying in a world he left Boston because he's like they're gonna be whacked this year, so I'm gonna go to a contender. And
I don't think you guys also then was like
it was just a retool year for Boston that it was surprisingly they're this high. But I think the best thing about Tatum coming back this year isn't the Celtics contending chances. Like maybe they have an outside chance, but realistically, I think that's lofty expectations. It's that now he gets a chance to reinvigorate himself into playing basketball again. Yeah. So then next season, he's going to be 100% ready to go.
Exactly.
He's going to get basically the monkey off his back. He's going to get those kind of mental gymnastics out of his mind of, his injury, coming back from it and playing from it. So I think that's the best thing about Tatum coming back. I think he will come back this year at some point. And the Celtics are exceeding a lot of expectations. They've been a surprise team in the league this year.
Yeah, they're playing super well.
But I feel like the surprise team in the NBA this year, in my opinion, has been the Phoenix Suns. I think the Phoenix Suns were supposed to be, everybody thought they were going to be dog shit. Yeah. Like the worst team in basketball. Even with health, even when they are healthy.
Is that shocking to you?
The number one surprise team is the Detroit Pistons being the number 1 seed.
It's not too surprising.
Yes, it is.
If you were told me Detroit 1 seed or Phoenix top, were they 4 right now?
They're 7th in the West.
Oh, they're 7th? Oh. What's I feel like they were like top 5.
22 and 15.
All right, but at the minimum, we thought that Detroit would be a top 3 team. Them being 1 right now and dominant as they are, it's been exceeding our expectations, but our expectations were they would be a top 4 at floor team.
You had them 4?
I had them. I think I had them.
I feel like you had them 6.
I think I had them 3.
The Knicks.
I don't think you had them 3.
The Knicks kind of suck right now too.
You had Cavs, Knicks. I believe you had Atlanta.
I had
Atlanta and Orlando.
No, Atlanta. I had 7.
Like if you're asking me like what do I think is more surprising, like the Pistons being the 1 seed or the Cavaliers being garbage?
The
Cavaliers
100%. You could argue they're the surprise team of dog shit.
The Cavs.
Yeah, like in the negative direction. Like the Suns traded Kevin Durant. And I thought they
Knicks,
were going
Cavs,
to be
Detroit. 1, 2, 3.
one of the worst teams in basketball. Probably not have their pick in their future.
Detroit didn't make a move, and they're like,
but you understand what I'm saying? I agree with you. That it's also indicative of them getting better on young.
And it's
also Cleveland being horrible and the Knicks kind of falling apart.
Like Jaylen Duren turned into an all-star when healthy this year. But the Suns
who really got better outside of Duren?
But that was big.
Yeah,
that was big.
I mean, Asar got better.
At what?
His defense still is great.
Yeah,
it can get better.
But no, I
don't think it can.
The Duren leap was huge.
So like 99.
And I think
does that not tell you more? It's just the East getting a lot weaker, more so than Detroit being like, oh my God, this breakout team.
I mean, if that's the excuse to try to,
it's not an excuse.
No one's diminishing.
No, that's what it sounds like. Like the Knicks aren't weak.
No,
but they've been weak recently.
They're just losing games. Well, they're just losing games.
It's the NBA season. You're gonna go through your balls.
The Knicks have been like they're losing, but weekly.
See, but that's like
either way. It's both surprising. Detroit being one surprising, the Phoenix being competitive and a top 7 seed surprising.
Sure, I mean, all right, that's fair. I feel like where do we have Phoenix? Like 9, 10, 8?
Phoenix 9, 10.
Probably lottery. I would imagine they were probably like 13,
I don't know
14,
about 14.
Other than the Jazz, who did you think was going to be better than Phoenix? Maybe
I probably had Portland.
Probably like next month. Probably like 11.
The tier was probably Jazz, Pelicans, Suns.
I'm going to be honest. He's right. Jazz, Pelicans, Suns. I have Jazz, Suns, Blazers.
Yeah, I had the Suns definitely as a bottom 5.
I thought we had them higher. Genuinely.
No,
I thought we had like 10.
Very little.
I think for them 11. To speak about Detroit, it's not just the Duren breakout, but I also think that the veterans that they brought in were better than last year. Like Duncan Robinson is better than Tim Hardaway Jr. Like
he's not better than Malik Beasley.
They made Malik Beasley was what? He's not even on an NBA team right?
No. That's not because he's not good.
And then they got Karis LeVert too.
He's up to no good.
Karis LeVert's not been good.
Who signed to China? I thought it was someone. Am I bugging?
It was Cat. It was Cat.
And then Kid has even been better this year. So I just think that the Pistons, they found what works for them. And yeah, they are a surprise team. But the Suns, they were a team that was viewed as a team that has no future whatsoever. I know maybe you can still view them in that way, but nothing was going for them. They don't have their own pick, and they're going to be one of the worst teams in basketball. And that pick was going to go to maybe Memphis because they traded away Desmond Bain and got that pick back. And then the Suns, surprisingly, are one of the 7 best teams in the West. They compete with top teams. They beat OKC the other night. And yeah, Devin Booker's been great, but it's not like this has been Devin Booker's best career season. He's not going out there and averaging 35 and carrying the team. It's mostly a contribution by everybody. Colin Gillespie's averaging like 13 and 5. Dylan Brooks is averaging 21 a night. Mark Williams has been a really solid contributor for them as well, and he's been great for them. They have like 6 players averaging double figures, and that's with Jalen Green like only playing 2 games this year. Jalen Green in his first game this year absolutely balled, and then he got hurt and didn't play. And
Suns fans are chomping at the bit.
And like the Suns, they've been able to win games with role players like Dylan Brooks, but then Jordan Goodwin and Colin Gillespie and Jamari Bouye, all these guys contributing at a really high level. Also, Iguodala, their rookie last year, playing really well, and they're punching above their weight in a way that in the beginning of the season, it didn't feel all that sustainable. But as we're here now, like more than a quarter of the way through the season, it feels like this is just who they are. And this is the identity that Jordan Ott has built for them. Okay. And then you look at the East and Jordan Ott leaving the Cavaliers coaching staff and seeing their collapse. And then go like the Suns this year, the Suns this year are top 10 defense.
Jordan's not why they're struggling.
The Suns are a top 10 defense this year.
That's good though.
Like I don't think anybody expected the Suns being one of the 10 best defenses in basketball based on their personnel and expectations.
That's Phoenix is fair. I ain't gonna harp on it too much. Just look at what Detroit's done. They're on par with OKC right now in terms of just record. They're 28-9. They're one of the best teams in terms of beating competition. They're one of the best defenses in basketball. And this is with a team that really didn't improve too much in the offseason in terms of just personnel. This is a team that still is, if I'm not mistaken, like they're not a top 10 offense. Or if they are, they just got there. This is a team that understands their identity in the kind of same way how Phoenix does. This is a team that prides themselves on defense, grittiness, and just toughness. But I don't hate Phoenix because now I thought we had them higher, but since now you guys are telling me we didn't, it makes sense. But yeah, Detroit would easily be they're the number 1 seed in the East. Like I thought it, but it was like wishful thinking. I didn't really think they can do it. And the fact that they're sitting here dominating the way they're dominating, Duren's been awesome. Stewart's been great. Javon, they've getting production. They had Danis Jenkins have a 16 assist game the other day, and Cade didn't even play. Like at any waking moment, these guys can. And we thought, they were waiting on the Jaden Ivey stuff, but in reality, they don't even really need him. Mm-hmm. So like this team has just been humming on all cylinders, and this is JB Bickerstaff just doing what he does. So but I don't hate the Phoenix shout. They've been a good team.
Yeah, the depth too, like Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, like there were guys that you probably weren't thinking about this year. Just the other day, they had 8 guys score double-digit points, right? Like they're relying on like Mark Williams, who was kind of like an afterthought. Obviously the Hornets trade didn't go through with the Lakers. He goes in the offseason. So to me, it still feels like Phoenix because, like we said before, if you would have told me, does Detroit become a 1 seed and break out, or is Phoenix like competent and a potential top 6 lock? To me, it would have been more surprising for Phoenix, just because a lot of the stuff that you said, right? When you move off Kevin Durant, this feels like a rebuild, or a minimum a retool, where you're banking on a lot of these young guys and kind of castaways to be able to put together some sort. It really feels like you're just putting out a starting 5 and hoping for the best. But it's been super impressive what they've been able to do. I think Detroit. We've seen the baby steps for Detroit over the last couple of years. Obviously, multiple years ago, they were the worst team in basketball, the losing streak, all of that. But last year, you saw the real jump for them when you get a real coaching staff in there. You get Cade being healthy and breaking out into the superstar he is today. And then Jaylen Duren being able to be the star player. So that all felt more probable or realistic to me. But, I mean, both of these teams, these are two of the biggest surprises.
I mean, you can't say enough about what Detroit has done on the defensive side, but when you go all in on your identity, that is what we watch when we watch Detroit. They've honed in on defensive identity, and they continue to play high-level basketball. I do tend to agree, though, Riv. I do think the Suns are more surprising in a good way, but I get where you're coming from. 1 seed from where Detroit was.
Yeah,
that's surprising.
I mean, it is harder to get from a playoff team to a contender.
100%.
Like a bottom.
I get where you're coming from.
Team.
I understand your logic. It's just the Suns, after trading KD, we all definitely threw in the flag. Like, all right, threw in the towel. Excuse me, it's over. Like they're maybe in a year. Like their top 10 pick, and Molly Watch barely plays. Mm-hmm. He barely plays. He barely touches the court. Mark Will has been really strong for them. And Dylan Brooks, I get why you go so crazy for him. Because you needed a game changer on the defensive side who just so happened to be also a guy that you can rely on offensively. Now, that is the more shocking thing than anything.
The shot creation he's given you is just like, it's crazy.
Like, he went to Oregon, correct?
He was like that at Oregon.
He was like that in Oregon. I remember watching him play in Oregon and feeling like, yo, this guy actually can do something with the ball. And then became more of a role player in the NBA. He's become a true professional. You can't say anything negative about Dylan Brooks. He's one of those players, when he's on your team, you love and adore him. When he's on the opposing side, you hate him and you want him to fail at any cost. But those are the players you want on your team.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from, Joel. You lost something when you lost Mikal Bridges. You got it back and then some with Dylan Brooks, and he's giving you a certain energy that you didn't have before, a certain type of bad guy role and attitude, and gotta give credit where it's due. The Suns have been playing some strong basketball. Top 10 in offense, top 15. I think they're 14th in offensive rating. But when Jalen Green comes back, you expect that to give at least a minor boost up. We know that that's his shining trait of his game. It's been a fun season for both teams, but Riv, I get it. I'd be singing the praises of Detroit all season long because that's all they've shown you to be is a great team.
I'm excited, man. We got first team, all NBA. I had the number 1 seed,
Because you think
expectations finals?
Nah, you know what's funny about them?
They're the favorite in the East, I think, right now.
I think they're great, but they're still like a piece or two away.
Do you know who is sneaky entering this conversation for me the more and more he looks himself?
Joel?
Yes. Philadelphia's getting scary. We were here, Riv. We were here. We were here.
It's not even Embiid, bro. It's the other dude, bro.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts.
Insane, bro.
And he's gonna have me apologizing a lot,
bro. If you get,
he's gonna have me apologizing a lot.
You got Embiid playing at that level. Paul George is playing defense this year. Kelly Oubre has been solid for them when he plays.
Consistent
VJ's been there.
Yeah,
then you have,
dropped off.
Who?
McCain.
Who cares? And then you have Andre Drummond. He's hitting threes off the fucking bench. Like,
nuts.
Dude, I'll be honest. If they get even a little bit from McCain, it's a scary team. They just got to get to the playoffs.
You think that McCain's expendable?
He's got to be healthy at the playoffs.
He can be.
Joel is unreal.
That's it. But they just have to get to the play. If they can get there, get healthy.
Do you know how fun it's been to watch Kawhi and Joel?
It's crazy Embiid's looking like this because, like,
he looks
beginning of the
terrible on
season,
defense.
it was fucking nuts.
No, he still looks
Maybe
terrible
he was
on defense.
trolling.
Just the knees. Embiid.
But even I'm saying, beginning of the year, like he wasn't doing anything.
But he wasn't
like, he wasn't
rebounding the
moving.
basketball, which was what was killing your 7 feet
That's
tall.
why, like for Detroit, I'm nervous about that because I feel like this team still needs shooting, like desperately.
But they need
needs
Michael
to
Porter
move.
Jr.
Bro, you put that idea out there, and I can't stop thinking about
Like
it.
Michael Porter Jr., I think he makes them the
I feel like
favorite
they
in the
need
East.
another guy too. You need another guy.
He's
With
at
the shooter.
27.
But
No, I
the
need
thing
another
is,
shooter.
I think the blessing of Detroit is they have time.
Move Ivy.
And they have, I think so.
Move
I
Ivy.
also think.
For
Go ahead.
Malik Monk,
Oh, you're ready to make that type of move?
Tobias for Porter, and then go get Malik Monk.
Would you do Keon Ellis?
No, we don't need another one of those.
But
I like Jenkins.
okay.
We don't have to move
Yeah,
anything.
Jenkins has been really good.
Yeah, I like Jenkins.
Now, earlier in the show, I couldn't help but notice a sly remark you made about Giannis. And maybe it might be because of this quote he
Let's
said.
see. I'm interested.
He said, there will never be a chance, and there will never be a moment that I will come out and say, I want to trade.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not in my nature, okay? I am invested in this team.
This guy's hilarious. He plays the fence.
manipulating?
He plays the fence so many
I'm
times.
sick of
Gaslighter,
the Giannis
A1
quotes.
gaslighter?
If I'm being
Yeah,
honest with you, I don't need to hear another
He
Giannis
just
quote.
said last year. What did he say last year? Like,
What
oh
the
my God.
fuck?
I don't.
What
He's
do
a
you mean?
gaslighter, bro.
He has one of the all-time great quotes.
In terms
What do you
of
say?
like the trades and like his future with the Bucks, all of that,
He plays the fence too much. Like last year, what did he say? Last year, he was like, oh, I want to win a championship. You know, if I don't see myself in Milwaukee, then I don't see myself here. Now he's talking about I will never ask for a trade. But then he's talking about this getting frustrated. Brother, we will not.
He said he would never ask for a trade. He's an employee.
We will not shit on
That's
you.
what he said.
Bro, we won't shit on you if you ask for a trade.
He straight said, I'm an
Bro,
employee. I
you
do
can't
what they tell me.
He says that, but then his actions don't match up with
drop
what he's
30 a
saying.
night?
It don't. It
He's
really don't.
already essentially asked
He
for
said
a trade
multiple times that, yo, basically,
subliminally.
move me.
Listen.
We're not going to win
Reports
here.
have
Maybe he
come
won't go
out
to the front
multiple
office,
times.
but yeah, I'll go to Chris Haynes or
And that's-
whoever else.
That's
There's a
honestly,
difference.
that's a banned move.
Bro.
It is.
There's a
I'd rather you
difference.
just come out. I'd rather you just be like, yo, move me.
No.
Yes.
Now you're becoming a distraction.
Bro, you're already
already
Either way, it's
distraction.
a distraction.
You're moving like a band. Like, real shit. Like, I don't want to say it. Y'all, you 7 feet. So I ain't going to tell you that.
You're
but like, for real.
calling him soft.
I'm calling him more
When
than
in
that.
reality, I don't want to say the other thing.
Bro,
It's rude.
he's just be upfront
You're
with it,
calling
bro.
him soft when his roster
I'm
is
not saying.
there.
no, it's
It's
sorry.
not his fault. It's
No.
not his fault. But bro,
He's not
be
soft because they're
Let me
bad.
ask you a genuine question.
Okay.
Genuine question. Do the all-time greats ask for trades?
LeBron did.
He never asked for a trade. He
did it?
never asked for one.
Wait,
Kobe
he left in
Bryant
free
did.
agent.
He straight up left.
Okay.
He was he
Pardon me, I
handled it
thought
on
he
his
left.
own.
I thought he asked for a trade.
No. Kobe Bryant,
KD not all time great.
no.
And KD didn't
He
ask
is.
for a
He
trade
is.
like direct. Well, maybe he did.
When
past his prime.
it was in the
But
Brooklyn
Kobe
stage.
Bryant asked for a trade.
When they showed in Phoenix, he was like, "If y'all going to trade me to boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Kareem
boom, boom."
Abdul-Jabbar asked for a trade from Milwaukee. He did.
I'll do you one even better.
Okay.
What all-time great tells you in 7 different ways that they want you to trade them?
LeBron.
That's the only nigga. Name another.
But LeBron has never really came out and has
Maybe it's
asked
me.
a trade.
He's just pouts.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's me's all time.
Maybe it's me.
Because
Like,
LeBron
come
has
on.
consistently signed like 2-year deals to always have flexibility to go wherever.
And
he
LeBron, we all know LeBron. He ain't staying. Like that's just the truth. Like LeBron, we
Except
know
if
LeBron.
it's LA, because this is his longest tenure. Do you know that?
Yeah, that's
crazy,
fine.
actually.
No, not over Cleveland.
Yes.
This is year
I
7.
guess.
Hey, not over
tag.
Cleveland. No, the first time though.
Yeah, you know the first, but like overall,
Post.
like longest consecutive years.
Oh, okay. What's the year? What
I think it's 8.
type?
Yeah, it's getting nuts.
Yeah, nah, bro. Like I just
This
feel
last
like
year probably right.
Giannis be doing too much.
I don't know.
Like you're a great player. You're an awesome player. Top 4 player on the planet.
Keeps
Enough.
dropping.
Enough.
Everybody knows he wants to leave.
It's obvious, bro. Like
And that's
Would you
fine.
understand
He should
that dog shit?
I would.
No,
so just
no,
tell
no,
us
no.
instead of I would never ask for. Shut
You know
the
why?
fuck up.
Do you want to know why? because they killed LeBron when he left Cleveland the first time.
Different
Nobody
worlds.
would kill Giannis.
Giannis won a
Different
chip.
He did.
LeBron ain't win. He got his ass whipped, played like shit, and then
All
said,
right.
hey.
He didn't get his ass whipped in 2010. All right.
He played like shit in game 6.
He didn't play
It
great.
was awful.
And what about 09? He tried.
I didn't. He never not tried. He just
did.
played like shit. He never not tried.
rude.
He just played like shit. It's okay. Giannis, like, bro, it's okay. Go somewhere else. Win. I want you to win. I'm tired of seeing you play with Ryan Rollins and Kevin Porter Jr.
Ryan Rollins has been fine.
He is, but let them
Really just
rebuild.
everybody
Let
else.
Milwaukee
I
go
understand what you said.
with the rebuild.
Like, his second
it's
best
okay.
player is Ryan Rollins.
Hey, Ryan Rollins is really good, man.
They're the
He's
11th
solid.
seed.
Wow.
Yeah, mostly due to him being hurt.
When he
sure.
plays their ass.
I mean, the roster's not good.
It's just not good. We don't have to sit here.
But we knew that coming in.
Yeah, we don't have to sit here and be lying about like Ryan Rollins, MIP. But like,
Yep.
come on, what are we doing here? Like,
As a Giannis supporter, I want him off this team.
also the coaching, like,
Holy shit.
Oh wow,
He made
No,
that
an
catch.
amazing catch.
out of bounds.
No, he made it. He made it.
I think his
That's
foot
close.
was
No, his toe touched the grass.
No, it
first.
doesn't matter.
You have
Unfortunately,
to have 1 foot in.
It's whack because if you go on the opposite side and your toe is facing the
Oh, he's out as fuck, bro.
Yes,
That's
bro,
like-
it's
he's
out
That
of
was
bounds.
Tony too.
Yeah, it doesn't.
He's good, but that's Fletcher.
Yeah,
He's good.
Kadarius' brother.
Who?
Kadarius Tony. His brother, cousin, something like that.
Kadarius Tony, the guy who you said would go off in the Super Bowl and did.
No, yeah, but that's Mark Fletcher. I know
That's
that.
Malachi
Oh,
Tony,
I
bro.
think it was
Oh,
Tony.
my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah, it's Malachi
I'm
Tony.
mad. I thought it was Fletcher. They both got dreads.
No, listen, I'm not saying you're. You know what I'm saying. Let's be honest, guys. Let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
Milwaukee's roster,
It's not as bad as we think it is.
Detroit's roster. Take both their players out.
When you say like
What's
you're
the
saying
gap?
stars,
Take
wait,
Kate,
who?
take Katie Giannis off. What's the gap?
It's pretty significant.
Like how significant?
Like very significant.
Like what's the difference?
It's
Better O versus better D.
the difference is Jaylen Duren, Asar Thompson. Like I think though all of those guys are like more valuable than whoever the Bucks have.
So you're saying like defense versus
Like,
offense?
like
Their
Mount-
defense personnel is
what's the good
drastically.
offensive players on?
I just think they're good shooters.
Oh, you're saying on Milwaukee?
yeah.
Yeah, Milwaukee
AJ
does have
Green,
good
all
shooters.
Because Detroit
those-
doesn't have a ton of really.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't have a lot of good offense players.
But the thing is, their elite style of basketball in terms of their defensive side of the
what
game
I'm getting at is
elite. In comparison
sometimes
to anything
a
Milwaukee
coach
has.
cannot maximize what you have.
Well, I mean, no reshots.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, is that the most surprising thing in this season?
I just don't know where Milwaukee's going with this.
Well, I think they don't have any of their draft picks, so they're kind of like, fuck it, let's try to make it work as long as we can.
Well, they're going nowhere. They just are trying to prolong it as much as possible.
Yeah, which
That's basically all it is.
What are you gonna wait till Giannis is 34 with zero value?
I think that if they trade him, it'll probably be this offseason, but they should trade him to the Knicks right now, if I'm being honest.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
didn't
Who would you move?
you guys just come
Cat.
out and say that you don't want to make a big change to the roster?
Well, they need to because they suck right now.
Fair.
And
They did
Cat-
say
Don't suck. You're just going through a slump.
And Cat's not gonna. He's not gonna get it done.
you're out.
Yeah, I'm out on Cat.
Done.
I don't want him no more. No.
Damn.
I feel like the
Did you
Knicks
watch
have
the,
hit
you
their
watched the Pee
ceiling.
Wee video and that turned you off?
I'm crying.
No, I think he made a lot of good points. We were talking about it through text too, about just like what this roster needs.
Mhm.
But just overall, it's just. I mean, in a rebuild year for the Celtics, they're just as good as the Knicks in their all-in year. You know, I think that's embarrassing.
I mean,
The Knicks should be like by far and away the number one seed in the East. At least like really competing for it with Detroit. It should be a back and forth.
Crying at
There
that.
shouldn't feel like a gap between those two. And it's really not about the offense. The
I don't
offense
think
is
it's a
played
gap,
fine.
though.
I think it is in the regular season for sure. I think
if you
right
play
now,
the series, it's going 6-7.
Yeah, I'm
like
with you.
Josh Hart not. Yeah, Josh Hart not being healthy right now, I think that's hurting like our ability to push the tempo and just the passionate players on the roster. Like we were talking about it, it wasn't even just a Cat thing, but when we were talking about it through text, it was just like the Knicks don't have any real dogs and passionate players.
OG?
Like they need. He's not that.
Jalen
He's
Brunson's not
He's very
passionate.
quiet.
like OG is stoic.
What do you- but
he's an awesome
he
defender,
is.
but he's stoic.
Okay,
very
I
quiet.
understand. Now I
a
understand what
whole-
you're saying.
Like-
loud personality.
I feel
Like,
like
they
Brunson's
need-
got. Maybe he's not loud, but
All right,
I feel like
Josh-
Brunson's
Josh
got some
Hart
dog
is
to
that.
him.
Josh
He not-
Hart
he not
is the
laying
one,
a
but
nigga-
nobody
Yeah, I
else
mean,
is
small,
that
like-
on the Knicks. Tyler Kolek has
Smaller
brought
guys
some of that
usually got that
off the
older
bench,
guys.
but like
Nate Robinson,
I feel like the
remember
Knicks
Yeah,
are missing
but I
like
don't know.
like a
got
Dylan
knocked
Brooks,
out.
like a tone setter, like somebody
many
who's gonna
Dylan
get
Brooks
everybody.
exist, though?
I mean, but
A ton.
exactly. But
no style, personalities.
A ton.
Ooh,
Well,
you understand what I'm like? These
even a
other
PJ
teams
Tucker.
see you and they have smoke with you. They don't even know you because your reputation is that you're a dickhead.
I don't.
well, the Pistons have
Yeah,
like
I don't
4 of them.
Well, that's JB. JB built the
Isaiah
foundation.
Stewart's another
But that
one.
Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart, Asar Thompson, those are all get in your face guys. Like
JB Bickerstaff. You don't have a coach for that either.
They have that personality. Like I just think that the Knicks, like Mike Brown doesn't have that type of personality, but it's also the players on the roster.
Can we also be honest?
Kind of a cop-out?
It's an overblown thing.
Yeah,
because OKC has no guy like that I look
Lou
at.
Dort. He's Caruso.
We're slumping.
Do we understand what we're saying now? You go to Dylan Brooks. Like I don't think Dylan Brooks and Alex Caruso have the same personalities. You're just talking about elite defenders now.
Caruso is, but he's very eccentric. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Christ.
Sometimes that doesn't fit with every team though.
No,
I don't think so.
it's getting a little. I just don't think the rock.
I
just don't think Cat and Brunson defensively is going to work.
In the series against Denver, was Caruso not like flexing everywhere? Like every time he would like get a steal.
Like you're telling me if you had Brooks instead of OG Anunoby, this team is a championship? No,
I'm not saying that, but I think that the issue is that our second best player on the team, he checks out. Okay, that's the issue.
Fair. Well, no, I think the bigger issue is Karl-Anthony Towns and
that's
Brunson
why I don't think you can get it done.
Fit.
Like I think, for sure, but I think that Cat, his personality also is a big reason why. Like I think he holds himself back as a player.
Okay.
Like I think Cat could be much better than he is more consistently, but he holds himself back as a player because
super hate it.
He doesn't play with that type of passion every single night.
I think it's nuts because last year he played with that passion every single night. We loved him.
But the thing is, when Cat gets into it, he gets into it. Like he gets animated when he's feeling.
You want to talk about a dog? When Cat's locked in, he's a dog.
Like Cat is one of those players that he's very talented and gifted, but there are certain archetypes of defenders that really lock him up.
There should be nobody in the East you're scared of.
Like Isaiah Stewart. He basically sunned him the other night.
Joel, the regular season could be like obviously you want to have a good regular season. You want to hit the metrics.
Cat's
hit
not
to,
a
to
great
be
player
a
performer.
Championship. No, but last year in the Pacers series,
I'm getting angry.
He was fine. Like he was good.
I would say to Joel's point, historically, if you're not like a top 3 seed, it is very hard.
I still don't trust Cat in the
top 3 seed. They can be a top 2 seed.
He's panicking.
If you're a top 2 seed, you have a 95% chance.
You're overreacting drastically.
Just a little bit. Yeah, he's overreacting.
All you gotta do is
I
be a
still
top 2
don't
seed.
trust Cat in the playoffs.
Okay.
I just don't.
You trust Julius Randle?
It's over.
No.
Okay, then you're being consistent.
It's
Is
fair.
your second best player?
And Mikal too. Mikal.
I didn't want to say it because I love Cat, but OG Anunoby is still that good where you can entertain the conversation.
But Mikal is also another one that he plays with no heart. Like he plays. He don't
plays
play
every game.
Yeah,
nobody's surprised that Mikal is disappointing.
He's just bland. It's really no personality with him.
What the fuck?
That felt harsh.
Yeah.
That's how it feels though, and I feel like the Knicks right now they lack that. They lack that, and I feel like that's why they're slumping.
You don't need personality if talent outweighs it.
Yeah,
you don't. If
Who
you're
was the dog on the
enough,
Celtics team? JB.
Quite literally, Jaylen Brown.
But I'm saying 24 when they won.
Oh,
like Jaylen Brown, but like in the Mavs
Jaylen
series,
Brown
was he like
sneaky?
I guess like he was just in Luka's face and guarding him, but it's not like we were getting to like these fights and like everyone's, you know what I mean?
I mean, Jaylen Brown's a killer.
He is. Don't get me wrong, but you're looking for a Dylan Brooks who's like this super animated guy. That's not pissing me off. I don't know if that's Jaylen Brown, really.
You're pissing me off because the depths you're going to.
And with OKC, I think Chet is like that.
What?
The one that gets laid and dunked on?
I don't think so.
Chet little baby?
No, Chet plays with a lot of passion.
Fake demon.
Chet plays with a lot of passion.
He's definitely a fake demon. We lost the plot here.
I watched Gafford and Lively take his lunch money.
Like Houston got like 4 or 5 young dogs. Like Eason, the men.
Men's, yeah.
They get in your face. I get what you're saying, but I don't think you guys.
I think you're underselling OKC by saying they don't have that. They do have that.
I just don't think Chet.
It's like, of course, they have
it's
talent,
definitely
but
Lou
they
Dort.
have that too.
It's Lou Dort.
Like for example, the Pacers.
It's him.
When they made the finals, when like Aaron Nesmith had that.
There it is.
Aaron Nesmith was that guy.
The weird one, Andrew Nemhard.
And Tyrese has dog too.
Who?
Halliburton.
Mr. Talk when I'm only up.
He's cooking.
No, bro, he has
Halliburton.
Dog. Yeah, no, he has dog.
Talk behind your back too.
Yeah,
Like
he don't really. Nah, he don't. He don't talk like he don't
Nemhard talk shit.
Nemhard
he talk shit all the time.
After the fact, he don't.
What do you mean?
He's
He be
not
talking
like
shit on the court.
like for example, if Hallie and Drew Holiday,
they won with the half shirt up.
I hate when they have their
big
tummy
belly out.
If Hallie and Drew Holiday get into it, Hallie's not gonna talk shit right there. He gonna wait till you turn around, walk away. Then it's like, yeah, fuck what you talking about? Like, yeah, I'm really like that. It ain't nothing face to face. Hallie don't do
talking
that.
shit throughout the game.
Like when him and Dame was going at it and Dame was talking, he was just like, yeah. What are you doing? Like, say something. Dame is just like, I'm on that. Like
Halliburton definitely has dog.
No, he don't.
Yes, he does.
Halliburton's just he's a good player.
You're getting dog mixed with something else.
No. He does. He
You
plays with
mentioned Dylan Brooks and started proceed to name players that don't really have Dylan Brooks in them.
Dylan Brooks is the
told the
highest.
media LeBron is old.
Oh,
Wow.
Carson Beck said, I got that.
Well,
in
Dylan
me.
Brooks is the highest level of
He
it.
told the media LeBron's old. Like he said, LeBron's old.
Yeah.
I can guard him.
I mean, Dylan Brooks is the
We're not
highest
worried
level
about
of
him.
it.
I'm 50
It
down,
doesn't
50.
mean that
He's
these other
going to
players
talk
don't
shit.
have that though.
Do you want to know who's a guy like that? And this is actually Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Like those are guys like I'm looking at like okay these are guys that not good dudes.
But how
Like,
many in the
play
league are
basketball
there
like
that
they're
like actually matter?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard to. There's like a handful
Not
that are like
many.
actual contributing
They
starting
do
level
matter,
players.
especially on championship teams like Ron Artest. He was that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they. I
What
feel
about
like
Denver? Denver didn't have one.
Aaron Gordon.
I tend to side with that one a little bit.
I don't know if he's a dog.
He's not Dylan Brooks. Ron.
No,
Bruce
no,
Brown.
no, but I
That
like
shit
this
is
one.
Bruce Brown also.
No, I like the Aaron Gordon one better. I think Aaron Gordon will get chippy with you.
They had dirty
But I
work
feel like-
guys. It's essentially dirty work
Yeah.
guys.
Okay,
Dirty
all
work
right,
guys.
all right.
Like the
All
Knicks
right,
is
we're getting somewhere.
the
Okay.
Knicks.
I
He
think
saves
that's
himself.
That's
the
a
Knicks
better
are.
phrase.
I mean, that's what it always
Well
meant,
done.
though.
Dirty
The
work.
Knicks-
Always been
Is
in
it
the
Josh Hart or dirty work guy?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Josh Hart's
the
a
Knicks
dirty
are
work.
a finesse team.
Is
And
OG not a dirty word guy?
OG's a little dirty.
not-
work.
Because then
like
if we're
that.
saying
No.
I think he is.
you're basically tasking OG with an impossible task every single night. Please, OG. I understand we have nobody else to help you, but like anchor this whole defense. Like do the whole thing.
Hey, do your fucking job. You get paid $40 million. No,
He does it at a high level.
Yeah.
Relax.
I'm saying do your job.
I don't like the way you're going about this.
Do your job. That's all I'm saying.
Does he
Do
not do his job?
Never said he didn't. Just do your job. I'm not gonna give you praise for doing your job. Do your job.
Well, the best combination of having that type of player is that player being your star.
Like Cade.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards is that from Minnesota. Like Anthony Edwards has that.
I think
right?
that's well said.
And I think that's the issue is that Josh Hart, like, yeah, like
So you're saying
talent.
so it's not. This is not a cat. This sounds like a Brunson thing.
No, hold up. Like talent trumps all, right? So like Josh Hart, like he can make an impact, but it's not gonna be like as significant as somebody that's a star that does it. But I think Brunson does it. I think Brunson's a gamer, and he's also very quiet too.
Mm-hmm.
But
What a game.
like Cat, I don't think Cat has that, and that's my issue. I feel like
Well, how many stars have that?
I think Ant has that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Giannis has that.
We count Jimmy as a star still?
I think he's still
We
all
count
star.
I agree.
Jaylen Brown as a star. If we count Jimmy as a star, count.
I think I think Jaylen Brown has that.
I don't think we
I think
wouldn't
a lot
count
of
Jaylen
stars
Brown
around
as
the
a
league
star.
have that. I think Cade has that. I think Cade has that.
Well, Cade's a demon.
I
You
think
said Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Devin Booker has that too.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
It might have not ended.
Booker?
Yeah, it might have not ended the best for him because Luka got the best of him.
He's
but-
hilarious. I'll say that.
But he got like he
So
he has a
now
lot
again,
of,
I
he
feel
plays with a
like
lot of passion.
I'm not gonna say
We're back
dudes
to
don't-
dirty work. Like you're I don't know. This conversation's all over the place.
Well, it's basically just dog, bro. It's not that hard to understand. It's just basically
You're,
got
you're
dog.
confusing me.
It's basically you have dog or not. Anthony Edwards got dog. Cat don't have dog, bro. He don't.
Well, both of them have no ring, so.
So
Yeah,
Jalen
but-
Brunson doesn't have dog?
No, I think he does.
He does have dogs.
But
So, like,
he
that's what I'm saying,
consistently
like-
shows up though.
Uh-huh.
Cat doesn't.
Except on defense.
Jalen Brunson is not a tough guy. So now you're losing me again.
You're just running yourself into circles like now.
You just mentioned we need more Dylan Brookses.
No, I said we need to play. We need players to
Who
play
said
with passion.
do the dirty
yes.
work?
Cat's not
but
your
no
only problem,
dog.
though. Brunson's a problem, too.
I don't think Cat's our only problem, but Brunson's our best player.
Easily.
So that's
never in
You can
question.
get it past, though.
that's somebody that, for the most part, though, he shows up all the time.
And I feel like in the Indiana
Cat's the only
series,
one that gets questioned.
he was
for
your
showing
problem
up.
on defense.
You're gonna have a shot.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think he was a problem on defense
Yeah.
too. For sure. And I think that the flopping around sometimes with him and
The
getting
grifting.
calls, it can hurt the
Well,
momentum.
Real Talk
sometimes.
likes to say the ass shaking. The ass shaking of these players.
But yeah, it's just, there's not enough of that personality on the team overall. The only, like I mentioned, like
Yeah, you guys
Josh
just
Hart is the only one that like really has that.
Sounds like he's giving up. They don't have a guy. Sometimes you don't have a guy.
I think Brunson's the guy.
No, I get it. No, you look at a team like Cleveland, they don't have that either. They fell off. So maybe there is some
No,
validity.
you're right. They don't have.
They
None of
don't.
that.
Who?
I mean, Mobley is not like that.
No.
Mobley is.
D. Mitch like that.
He might as well be wearing headphones when he
I
plays.
think
He doesn't
Mitch,
do
Mitch
nothing.
got a little bit in him, for sure.
Mitch,
Yeah.
Mitchell
Donovan
Robinson,
Mitchell.
No,
No,
Donovan
Donovan
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he has a little bit of it.
He's got
That
that.
boy
I
is a
guess.
dog.
He talks.
Yeah.
Nah,
backs
he
it up.
He don't really talk. He just give it to you.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like every way possible. I mean, it sounds like, bro,
Coco
the only
Jones.
star in East, the only star in the East that has that is that's in the playoffs is Cade. Nobody in Atlanta has. Oh, I'm sorry. But nobody in Atlanta has that. Orlando, no.
Desmond Bain.
Anyways, no. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly.
Well, Jaylen Suggs, Orlando does have that.
He's not a star though.
Well said,
you're
though.
right.
He's
Good
not,
cook, though.
yes, but he's not a star.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
they got those, like they got that type of like.
they got one guy.
Desmond Bain.
We got to
He
stop.
threw a ball at OG Anunoby for no reason.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. I don't know why he did
And
that.
Dylan
OG was
Brooks.
just like, why you do that, bro?
I know OG was nuts.
OG,
for that. I would have ran
OG,
down.
I would have. OG should have went and slapped him in his face.
Yeah, he definitely. Like
You know what? I
Dylan
moved
Brooks
you.
would have did that.
a little bit. Like the star dog thing, and you only get a few of those. They only come around once in a blue moon.
No, and I think
right.
for the most part, you really need one of those dudes, though.
Wemby.
Sound like Detroit
Dog.
winning it all.
Wemby straight up, yo, Chet missed that free throw.
I mean, the Spurs have like 4 or 5 of them.
Nah, good cook.
Wemby, I think Keldon Johnson plays that way. He plays very
You're not wrong
passionate
there. He's
because
just-
Castle does.
Castle's
Making up.
definitely yeah. But now
Okay.
we're just naming people.
That's what I'm
I don't know.
saying.
We're-
We've
I think we're
lost
losing-
it.
We've lost the plot
We've
here.
lost it.
What's
We
the
lost
plot
it
of it?
minutes
Love,
ago.
I don't know.
the fault.
No,
Keldon
we
fucking
literally
Johnson was
lost it
where the
minutes
conversation
ago.
went other way.
Like, I'm like,
Keldon
what are
Johnson's
we
like the
talking-
biggest dog on the Spurs, though.
Jeremy
Watch your
Shohan.
fucking mouth. Stephon Castle is the
Him
biggest
too.
dog
No,
on the team.
Keldon Johnson,
Shohan.
he the one that be saying, Keldon Johnson be setting tone. Y'all be underrating him.
No, we don't underrate. We
Yeah.
don't talk about him enough to underrate him.
Spurs fans are getting on your ass for trying to. trade
Keldon Johnson
I
says
saw.
tone. He says tone.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him.
They love Keldon Johnson. He sets
I
tone.
respect that.
He sets tone.
Some teams love their
All
players.
right.
And I
Thank
don't
you guys.
mind
I'm
that.
not crazy.
No, you're
No,
not
I
crazy.
have no idea what we're doing.
Here we go.
Game on the line.
Overthrown.
Oh!
PI, imagine.
That'd have been
Great
good.
game. We watched a good
But
bad
if
game.
it was a PI, would they have given them the last possession?
They would have.
Okay. Because then they do that to golf. The clock went off.
It
And
was
they
some weird
It was
shit.
OPI.
Yeah,
That was a hell of a
facts.
drive from Carson Beck.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything negative about it. It
Carson
was
Beck
awesome.
he was outstanding. He was
So
outstanding.
you don't think y'all can win it, Joel?
That's
Well, at least make it. You don't think I can make it?
I have like a lot of doubts that we won't. Like, you know,
How
like
many teams can beat y'all?
I'm not I wouldn't say I'm uber confident in it. No, I'm not. I'm kind of like fearful that this team's gonna disappoint me.
Okay. I'm super confident.
I mean, that's being a Knicks fan.
Like, I think if I was a Pistons fan, I'd be more confident in Detroit.
Funny enough, Detroit, the fan base is having an uproar at the lack of spacing on the team. It's
I mean,
true.
I get it. You finally have
Yeah.
a team that
But that's
competes.
what I said, though,
You want
like-
everything.
Yeah.
They do need like another shooter or scorer. I think MPJ would fit them. Like, if they get MPJ, I think they're gonna make it out the East.
Okay.
I don't even
I
question
hate
it, honestly.
I would love.
I think they'll
MPJ.
do it.
As long as they don't give up too much.
Former McDonald's All-American
What's
could have
too
been
much?
top 3 pick.
Like three firsts, like it's nuts.
Yeah.
3 firsts is nuts.
Man, Indiana, Oregon's gonna be amazing tomorrow,
Can't
bro.
wait. I can't wait.
Thinking like
Damn.
2 firsts to Tobias. You can even have Ivy if you want.
Oh, wow.
They're going to the Natty.
Yeah. I'm excited.
That's a good little, you know what I'm saying? A little deal.
That's I mean, for the Nets, if you get 2 firsts and Ivy, I would take
Yeah,
that.
Take it. Like,
Unprotected.
maybe like top 5 protected, but we like
You should be straight,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
should be
Yeah, like we good.
Yeah, this it's gonna be Indiana, Miami.
I
Indiana's
think
winning. it all.
Indiana's
Yeah,
probably
it's
going to win the championship.
Yeah,
I think.
Indiana's winning. it
Indiana.
all.
I mean, Miami kind of shocked the shit out of me.
Yeah, 10 seed, right?
Yeah. What seed was Ohio State last year? 8 or I'm tweaked?
I think like 8, 9,
I don't remember.
something like that.
I'm gonna be
Ohio
honest.
State did have like a month off.
Bro, they did not play in so long.
hmm
I don't think that's why they lost.
But Indiana had a month off too.
yeah, that's what
In
I'm saying.
Indiana,
Indiana
set
beat
tone.
them, I think, prior to that. this
Yeah, they
season.
did. Yeah. So we earlier did a cumulative ranking of the top quarterbacks in the NFL playoffs, and this is what it was.
Mhm.
Number 14 was Bryce Young. Number 13 was Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Number 12 was Caleb Williams.
Crazy.
Number 11 was Brock Purdy. Number 10 was Bo Nix.
It's fucking
Can we
ridiculous.
get context?
How the
on why?
fuck did he get there?
No, get
Yes.
get context, Joel.
Yeah, the context is that Drew put Bo Nix number 1, so it skewed the ranking.
Oh,
You
okay.
motherfuckers were being
That's what it
disrespectful.
was. That's what it was.
Me and Riv had him at 12. Where'd you have him?
I had him at
Can we
12.
be honest?
So
Bo
that
Nix,
number 1 really
Yeah,
swayed
yeah.
him that high?
yo,
Wow.
Bo Nix over Brock Purdy's nuts?
Well, no, Brock's
No.
is better.
Over Caleb's nuts.
Oh, shut up.
Caleb
The
just
fuck's he? Because he looks cooler doing
No,
shit?
No,
Or,
because he speaks in the
or-
presser.
Nice.
I'm going to get up and fucking beat you the fuck
throws
up.
cool.
Who actually judged me for getting my
He got
nails
nice
done.
Instagram
Yo,
posts.
talk.
Yo, no, stop.
He got
we
nice
caught him.
captions.
You
We're-
judged me
He
for
got a
getting
pink
my nails
iPhone.
done. You judged me
He
for
just
my
got-
iPhone.
I never.
You do. You do. You're racist.
No. First of all, I never said nothing about getting your nails
It's kind
done.
of the same color as you.
I never said anything about getting your nails done. I've gotten many pedis before. No,
You actually judge me for my nails. You judge me for my kinkiness, and you judge me for my phone. But you let Caleb be a little freak ball all up to the presser.
I do it because you're you.
I know, and Caleb's him. He's shorter than me.
I don't know.
You know that?
No, I don't think so. He's 6'1".
6'1", yeah.
Same height as you.
Same height.
Don't undersell yourself. Like,
he
no,
QB?
don't let him undersell you.
He definitely got more weight than you.
How many pounds you weigh?
I don't know. He's probably over 200.
You know I'm 198 now.
Don't lie to me.
I swear to
Comments been
God.
saying you've been getting thick.
Caleb
I
definitely
saw someone say that, matter of fact.
No.
I did see someone say that.
being good. I said,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
First time I ever heard that.
Caleb's a little thick, bro.
Let me see.
Yeah.
210, 215.
210, 215?
He's stocky. He's definitely got. He's hard to sack. Like he's strong,
That's because he run fast.
but he's strong in the pocket. He breaks tackles.
He does have a great base, yeah.
I'm gonna be
226,
honest.
he got it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, that's more than I thought.
Oh
I was,
my god.
Yeah, 226, he got it.
He's built. He's built.
Yeah.
Stop
He's
dick
got good
riding.
size.
I'm gonna
No,
be
I
honest.
He's an analyst.
If y'all really
No.
wanted to go all in, Caleb over Brock.
I had him over Brock.
I think I did too.
I didn't.
Yeah. Well, all three of us had Bo Nix at 12.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but Drew. Okay.
We're
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I did that for a good reason. Fucking
Would
12.
you have a 14?
He has CJ Stroud.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. He's an idiot.
What's that for? What's that about?
He's an idiot.
That
You
feels
guys
like a
are
shot at
fucking
ribs.
snitching.
He has not watched.
You put it
I
in the
saw it
chat.
You guys are snitching.
I just
We
didn't
did
say
a
anything.
cumulative ranking.
Yeah, he's
That's
not,
all we were
your ranking
supposed
was just
to
way
share.
different than everyone's else.
Because
That's
you
why.
fucking,
It was funny.
You guys are first
The
off
ranking was funny.
sheep. All right, sheep.
Well, I put my list first, so I can't be a sheep.
Amen. Well,
I
can't be a
texted mine
sheep.
to Joel before you sent yours.
You didn't text the group chat. That doesn't matter.
I know, but
What
Joel
goes
can
in
vouch.
the, no, what
Joel
goes in
can
the
vouch.
chat? No, what goes in the chat is in the chat.
Whatever, man.
no. God forbid you guys fucking open your minds. You guys don't open your minds.
Open your minds
ever,
to Bo
ever.
Nix over Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford,
Listen,
over Drake May.
That was hilarious.
Objectively,
I thought you was gonna put like 4. I didn't think you was gonna go to 1.
objectively, I did that because I knew you guys were going to be disrespectful. I didn't want disrespect.
12 isn't.
I could hear Bo
disrespectful.
Nix over Brock Purdy.
Bo Nix
with that.
over Caleb.
Wait, hold on.
straight.
You can't hear
Hold on.
it?
No, hold on.
You're
can't
a
he-
fucking
You
idiot.
can't hear Bo Nix over Brock. Brock is clearly better than him.
Hold on,
Right
because this
now.
is what kills me.
Let's hear it. Me? You're
No,
going to
not
scream
you.
at me?
Dick
Thank you.
face here.
Yeah, he's
because
fucking-
how can you hear Bo Nix over Brock, but Caleb is easily over?
Exactly.
Like, I don't,
He's
what
an
does,
idiot.
What does Caleb do better than Brock outside of look cool and throw it
I
far?
watch Brock
The
Purdy
pocket
playing.
work.
I just
Pocket
don't
work.
get moved,
Pocket
man.
work. His
He's
pocket
just-
work is nuts.
And what else?
His pocket work's one of the best in the league.
Brock got cool pocket work.
It's not
That
bad.
just don't like it
It's
because you
not
don't like
bad.
because he's white.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Just say that.
Yeah.
Just say your
Well,
your
I
list
love-
is who's the blackest.
I love Drake May.
Just say that.
First of all,
Like,
hold on. My
like,
top 4 is I think all white guys.
I don't know. I didn't look at your
Some of the whitest of all time.
It's
too.
Yeah, I
Josh,
don't look at your top
it's
4.
Herbert, Drake, and Stafford.
Well, you also don't go far. Like you don't have fun. So you like
Oh
to be
my
strict.
God, he's
you like to be
cooking.
strict and you
Hold on. First of all, I don't have fun. I don't have fun. But then you put Caleb over Brock Purdy. But
Well,
that's
I'm
not fun.
No. I'm upset about is you just are so quick to be like, oh, Bo Nix could be over Brock.
I think I might have had Caleb over Sam too.
For what?
Good cook.
For what?
Because
Why?
he
Because
just
you
moves me more.
Nah, that I'm with. That I can see that.
Yeah, he's not better than
trust
Sam.
him more, man.
Because of what?
Because
he's clutch. He's got it.
like he
He's
has
clutch.
it. That's
He's been
what the
clutch.
Bears have been all
So
season.
why aren't you fucking high on Bo Nix? 2 minutes he has it.
Nah,
Shut up.
not his moves.
Like
Not his moves.
it's because it looks
I'm
cooler.
back. I'm back.
Because it looks
Not his
cooler.
moves.
I'm back.
You like
Exactly.
shit that
Not
looks
his
cooler.
moves, man.
Well, you're a fucking strict ass parent. You like shit that looks cooler, but then when it's like,
Well, no, I already said I could hear.
No,
I
stop,
could hear
stop.
Bo Nix over Purdy.
No.
I already said that. I had Bo Nix over. I could hear that.
No, but
No,
over
I can
Caleb.
hear that's my
Exactly. That's the
problem.
problem.
That's
no,
the problem.
No, because nothing broke.
You're not
Brock does. He's
consistent
not a
with none of the
sexy
shit
dude.
you're talking
He's
about.
not sexy, so maybe that's consistent.
No,
but
Brock-
because
Brock
Caleb
could be
looks
below
cool.
both of them.
Because Caleb
Smooth.
looks
Why?
cool.
Because he's whack.
You're not making now you're just trying to be this cool guy when in reality that's not you as a man. That's not you
He's
as a
just
man.
whack.
No, that's not you as a
Who's been
man.
better this year? Brock Purdy, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams.
That's a genuine question.
I'd have Brock Purdy last.
Okay,
Brock has
okay,
been
that's
better
not
than
that.
Caleb Williams.
For like the last month,
He's
when he
only
was playing
played like
whack-ass
10
teams.
games.
He's only played
He's only
He's
played
been
10
The beginning of the
games.
season, he was fucking mid.
Caleb
dude.
is awful from quarters 1 to 3, and that's a fucking fact.
No, it's
and
not.
he's inaccurate as shit.
No, it's not.
What are you talking
He's
about?
Not, he's not the most accurate.
I know
That's
he's
fair.
not. Whack ass nigga. He's not accurate. And this is the shit that kills me. You love Drake, man. He's so accurate. He can
He's a
throw the
demon.
deep ball.
I got
He
nothing
can do
negative to
everything.
say.
He can uplift. Caleb, whack ass, can't make accurate passes,
because
because he
I don't
does
have
some
a
cool
single
shit
archetype.
with under 2 minutes, that's cool. But then when it comes to Bo Nix, oh nah, I need it from quarters 1 through 4. But Caleb, you don't do that
I
shit.
had Bo Nix and Caleb Williams back to back.
Yeah, Bo Nix fucking 12.
Come on, bro. Like
I just said I could hear Bo Nix over Brock Purdy, which means
had a better
Caleb and
season?
Bo Nix
Who
were
had a
back
better
to back.
season?
Regular season?
Yes.
Bo Nix has better numbers.
All right. Hey,
Bo
I'll
Nix has
take
better
my wins.
numbers.
I'll
Bo
take
Nix
my
has better
wins.
numbers than Caleb, right?
Yeah.
Who you have higher?
But Caleb,
Caleb
didn't
was,
Caleb have
two
27 and
spots
7? Bo Nix had what, 24 and 12?
Let me look at hold on.
25.
Because if this shit, yo,
Yards, Bo had. But he also had the most pass attempts, second most pass attempts in the league.
I mean, his yards per attempt was 6.4.
Yeah, it was low.
It's low. That's our offense. It's pretty gimmicky.
Yeah.
y'all be
Our run
killing
game
me.
fell off a cliff once J.K. Dobbins got injured, but he definitely uplifted us in our offense.
So, I
Because a
think
lot of our... Sorry,
So,
real quick.
so Caleb's over Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Who had better numbers this year?
Well, it was inflated because he had the most pass attempts
Now
in the
we're
league.
they were
inflating shit.
pretty much like
Okay.
even in a lot of categories.
I mean, if you have the most pass attempts in the league, are you not going to have better numbers?
I don't
Hopefully-
care. Throw the ball.
You don't care?
No.
If you take more
All
shots
right.
in basketball, you're going to
you-
average more
if-
points
if
per
you
game.
take-
You don't care. That's Jaylen Brown does that now. You're gonna
No,
put him
he's-
higher than most niggas.
No, but he's
Both-
been efficient.
All right, sir. Take
Bo Nix has not been quote unquote efficient.
Neither has
one of the-
Caleb Williams.
He has one. No, Bo Nix. I think would say Caleb has been efficient. His EPA per play is higher than Bo Nix's.
no.
marginally.
Oh my God.
It's close.
Marginally.
No, it's
Oh my
close.
God.
But that's
play.
efficiency.
But if you
EPA per
take
play.
both seasons, rookie
That's because of
and
the running.
soft,
A lot of that is the
Partially,
running.
Yeah, I mean that's one of his biggest strengths.
Okay.
He's
What
one
about
of
his
the most-
accuracy?
he is.
He's
What
not
about-
very
what-
accurate.
Okay.
I recognize that.
Okay.
I'm not, have I ever
I know.
said Bo Nix? Have I ever said Caleb Williams is accurate?
I don't know
Okay,
what you said.
if you
I haven't
take
said it
both
once.
I don't know.
seasons into
You haven't said
totality,
Who?
his rookie and sophomore season.
well, I mean, come on,
That's
Caleb's
unfair.
rookie year.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
take the rookie season.
what do you mean?
Because
I mean, you had
one was
Sean Payton and awesome
situation
offensive
was
line,
terrible
and they
his
had
rookie year.
a terrible head coach
We
and
were
a bad offensive line.
projected to come in and be the worst team in the league.
And
that's
we
in
were wrong.
hindsight.
I know, but then the season happened, and you had one of the best offensive lines in football, and Sean Payton's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Sean Payton."
And Bo Nix played well.
He did, no, for sure. I'm not taking that away from Bo Nix, but we also have to recognize that
We
Caleb was
also
in a terrible
went in.
situation.
We also went in with the
EPA
idea
per
that
play.
Caleb Williams was going into one of the best situations.
Yes, but are we? So should we sit now here? Should we sit here now and be
no,
like,
no?
Should
but
we take the
we
facts
don't just
or our
erase
preseason expectations?
We don't just erase what the perception was supposed to be.
This isn't me taking away from Bo Nix. This is
EPA
just
per
looking
play.
at the
yes,
situation.
go ahead, because I know
Who the
yes.
fuck do you
Of
think is
course,
over Bo
I-
Nix
I-
and Caleb Williams? I'm done with this
Okay,
conversation.
No,
that-
Brock
yes,
Purdy's
I
been
know.
better than
Like,
both
who do you
of them.
think? Who do you think is over both
I
of them?
know.
We love EPA per
I
dick
know.
sucking play,
I
and
know.
who do you think is over both of them?
I know.
Who,
Brock Purdy-
no.
but Purdy and Jimmy G,
I know what
they've
you're about
always
to do.
been at the top, and
here we
nobody's
go.
really
Now
ever
the Jimmy
cared.
G
I know,
shit.
I know.
It's true. Jimmy G was
Okay,
top 5
all
in
right,
fucking
all right,
EPA
all
per
right.
play one
You
year.
just
No one
used
believed
the
that
fucking
shit.
You did
stat.
just
You
use
asked
it.
me who's more efficient, Bo Nix or Caleb Williams, and that's the stat I used.
Yes, and now I'm using it against you.
Yes,
you
it's
better.
true.
No one said you can.
But now you bring up Jimmy bum ass G. We know it ain't the same.
Because I'm not saying the shit is perfect. You just asked me who's been more efficient.
Well,
That
then
number's
you
telling who's
used,
been more efficient.
Nah,
EPA
don't be
per
upset
play.
at him for using
And then I
EPA
went
per
back
play.
and I looked at the
I'm
same
fine
exact
with
stat.
it.
And
I'm
guess who's
fine
higher,
with
Joel?
it.
Take a wild guess.
Did I ever say
Brock.
Brock? Did I ever say Caleb was more efficient than Brock? No.
No. Your excuse was not excuse. Let me not excuse. Your reason was Bo Nix, Caleb Williams over EPA per play.
The reality
correct?
is, all three of these guys on my list are
They're
back
pretty
to
close.
back to back.
They're pretty
So
close.
I'm not gonna say if you
I
like.
don't
Go
like where
ahead,
Brock-
bro. Go
I don't like
ahead.
where Brock is ranked.
And
But
CJ
let's keep it a
but-
stack.
and
Let's
see-
keep it a
and-
stack. Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams. Whoever has the best playoff run right now, if one of them is a lot better than the rest, we're not going to go into next season having them ranked higher than the rest. Are they not very close to each other?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
If Brock Purdy, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, say one of them go to the Super Bowl, AFC, NFC Championship game, they play great.
Yes.
Is it very realistic and valid to say will be higher than the rest? If one of them shits the
Depends on
bed,
how
they'll
they
be at
play.
the bottom.
Yes.
Can
I
we
mean, I
put
understand you,
CJ
but
in
Brock-
this
Yeah, for
conversation?
sure.
Brock is gonna be
CJ's
one and done.
substantially higher than these three guys.
CJ's
He's
different
better
just
than
because
all
his
three of them.
situation. Just the worst offensive line in the
He's
sport.
better than all three of them.
And we
Is
no
he?
run game.
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
The no run game is valid.
And
Bo
the
Nix doesn't
offensive
have
line.
that.
So
anymore.
here
His
is
last like 7
here's
games,
the
he's
next.
been a lead.
Here's the next couple
He's been
of
really good
rankings
recently.
because I feel like after number 10, it gets
Sorta, kinda.
serious. Everybody's list is kind of like it got serious. The Bo Nix thing threw it off because he was higher than Purdy and Caleb, which I guess you can argue it, right? But number 9 is CJ
We
Stroud.
just got into a heated one over it, so I guess it is true.
Number 9 is CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 is Sam Darnold. Number 7 is Jalen Hurts. Number 6 is Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence over Jaylen.
Number 5 is Jordan Love.
How did he get that high?
I don't know.
Where'd you put Jordan Love? 1?
No, I put him 5.
I think I had him 5 too.
I think I had him 6 or 7.
What did I do?
I don't even remember.
Justin Herbert's 4, Drake May's 3, Stafford is 2, and then Josh Allen is 1.
I had Jordan Love 8. How the fuck did he get to 5?
Maybe I had him 6. I think I had him 6.
Riv had him 6 behind CJ Stroud, Drake May, Herbert, Stafford, Allen.
When you had him,
I had him number 5.
and you had him
5.
That just doesn't have.
So
maybe
5 plus 5
maybe
is
does.
10,
Maybe does.
16,
I don't know.
23.
You
I don't
asked
know how divided
ChatGPT
by
to
I don't know how
average it, and I
cumulative
believe him.
works anymore.
So it
Yeah,
averages
well,
out to
Jordan
like
Love's
6.
average ranking was 6.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence's was 6.5, and Hertz's was 8.
There was just probably a
No,
larger
that's how you do it.
difference
That's how you do
between
it.
the
Yeah,
other
That's fair.
quarterbacks.
Okay.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, that's cool.
I will say Trevor Lawrence has been playing very well,
been
and
awesome.
there's a part of me that has been very moved by Trevor that I contemplated. I don't know if I did or not. I did.
Well, based
I
on how
did
they're
put
playing,
him.
Trevor could be number 5.
I put Trevor over Jordan. Trevor's been playing that amazing recently. The only ones I couldn't justify in my head to put Trevor over was Jaylen because he's done it. Herbert. Jaylen because he's done it. Herbert because he's Herbert. Drake, Stafford, Allen, obviously.
Yeah, Hurts is interesting because he has the history, obviously, Super Bowls.
I just think
NFC
Lawrence
game.
plays the position better than him.
That feels
that's
racist.
That's what it.
But
I mean, so does Jordan Love though.
No,
Like, Jordan
I'm
Love plays the
fucking with
position
you.
better than
But
him.
the Jalen Hurts shit is more so just the offense has been so bad this year that it's like I guess Jalen Hurts just naturally falls down because
We have back-to-back seasons of the Eagles' offense passing attack not being very good.
The
And then
rushing
in the
attack
Super
last year
Bowl,
was
it was
just so
godly.
elite.
Yeah, I mean, he has the benefit of playing for a really great team that they can win when he doesn't play well.
I mean, he
It's
did
just-
play godly in the
It's
biggest
just
game
this
of the season.
Eagles offense
They
is not
all
what it's
did.
been the last 2 years.
Like,
Have you
there's
heard about
not-
the
there's
Eagles?
not
Have you
an
heard the
act-
news in the
like-
locker room?
What?
It's been godly.
pong balls are back?
Yeah,
Oh.
no. They've been excited. They've been cheering. We're back.
Like everything
something
was
to talk
godly
about.
for the
It's like,
Eagles. In the Commanders
Who's the Super Bowl
matchup,
MVP?
the defense was godly, but I don't think he was the most valuable aspect of that
But the
team.
award
game.
says his name.
It was
The
just
one thing I will
ass
say about Hurts, he didn't turn the ball over last year.
No, he
That's
doesn't.
important.
I mean, Hurts doesn't really take any negative plays.
He
That's
turned
probably
the ball
his
over in the
biggest
Super Bowl
strength.
and
Well,
it didn't
the
matter.
thing is, they take the sacks and they
Well, the
run
first
with
one it
them.
did.
With Hurts,
Like,
like,
That's the
The
yeah,
first
yeah.
game,
But I'm
the
saying
first-
this
yes,
past
yes,
one
yes.
it didn't
does
matter.
turn the ball over.
You know,
I
that's true.
guess. How
Yeah,
many
yeah.
sacks did he take this year? Take a lot of sacks.
No,
I
but
think he
last
did.
year in the playoff run, they were having a
Yeah,
stroke
well, the
over all
Packers
the
game,
sacks.
he took a
No,
shit.
the
He was
Rams
just
game,
taking-
he
took a
the
few.
Rams.
The Rams game. You were
Yes.
right. My bad. The Rams game. Yeah.
He was
both
off
of-
a perk, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't give him the benefit of the doubt. He was injured and yerked up.
So was Embiid. He gave the Knicks 30.
I mean, he did that with Bell's palsy.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
He
just for
also did
perspective,
walk off with a win.
Like the last 5 Bills playoff losses, the defense has given up 33.2 points per game.
But we'll have Josh one.
And I know, but I'm saying like Josh Allen, this is like an extreme example, but Josh Allen can play elite and he will get sold. The defense objective, like that's how much they've let up. Where, I think Hurts, there's more things that have to go wrong for the Eagles to lose, or for him to really have to make a high degree of difficulty of throws more consistently. Because the entire offense, especially last year, was entirely predicated and focused on stopping the run. That's it. Like, we're talking about single high coverages that defenses would willingly play against Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown because they have Saquon Barkley. Josh Allen has Khalil Shakir, and teams will not play single high on the Bills. Like, that is just the difference. Like, it's easier throws that he has to make. It's easier defenses and coverages that he's seeing compared to like these other quarterbacks that most of the offense is really on their arm and their ability to make plays consistently. And that's why Hurts is hard to rank, but that's the truth of the matter.
But is that like, so when does it become, because it seems like it's always a knock and never like a prop up.
With
Like the fact that, why can't it, like it's always a knock that he has great teammates and that the organization has built the perfect team around him. And it's never just okay, well, why can't we just acknowledge that he's also not hindering the situation? He's also helping the situation,
I would argue that he has hindered the situation, but it hasn't mattered because they've been able to win anyway. That's what
year?
I'd say. Well, last year, the entire regular season, the offense was terrible.
I wouldn't
This
say he
year-
hindered it.
The passing game.
Oh.
This year, the offense has been terrible every game.
I can't put that on him this
Almost
year.
every game.
This year,
I mean,
can't.
I understand.
Yeah, this year,
like,
I can't.
He's
so
part of the
that's
problem.
play calling,
But I
right?
think that's what the argument is that, okay, like the offensive line hasn't been as great. Saquon hasn't been as great. But, I mean,
Well,
for a
he's
lot
not-
of other guys, they still have more than enough.
He's not an uplifter. Like he's not a consistent uplifter. I don't
In the
think
big
anybody
moments he is.
in the big. But I don't think nobody can. I don't think anybody's consistently said in the regular season Jalen Hurts is a big, tremendous uplifter.
But that's the thing, and I think that it's I think it's disingenuous.
At least nobody at this table.
I think it's disingenuous to cancel out an entire body of work because in singular moments he does play really well, but there are other quarterbacks that they cannot get to that moment, not because they aren't good enough, but because they don't have the team that can propel them and mask their flaws for that long.
He says sometimes you just have it in you.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the argument though is that he's in the Super Bowl. Like, what are you supposed to like? If it was the first round, the playoffs, it's like that's one thing. But in both of the Super Bowls, he played probably the two best games of his career, two of the best games.
Easily,
maybe the first or second best game we've ever seen in a loss, up there with Brady.
It's all narrative driven, like I think like against the Rams in the playoffs, right? I believe it was against both the Packers and the Rams. He had out of a sample size of 250 quarterbacks, he had one of the lowest success rates by a quarterback in a game in playoff history. And every quarterback that had that low of a success rate, their teams lost those games. The narrative about that game isn't that Jalen Hurts failed the team because the defense got to stop. That's why. But his last couple of drives against the Rams in that playoff game, they weren't able to muster up anything.
He was high.
Type shit.
Aaron Rodgers was high. He got it done.
Some people can play off of York. Some people can't.
Well, Aaron Rodgers.
Credit where credit is due.
I feel like I can play off of York.
He went up against KC, lit him up. Washington was food. Detroit, who was the best offense in football, didn't do shit. Didn't do shit at home. What?
Yeah, they had a lot of turnovers. I feel like they moved the ball. Goff just,
It's a matter of executing and getting a job done.
It's like
no matter what we say, he does.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's like also Brock Purdy, 49ers, offensive situation. It's a great situation, right?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy in that situation had an all-time quarterback season statistically by all metrics.
I thought he was phenomenal. And I thought in the Super Bowl, he fell short. One, he's going up against one of the greatest we've ever seen. And two, he didn't pick up a play fast enough. No. And that was the difference between beating one of the best of our time, maybe the best, and losing.
My whole point is that Brock Purdy, with that level of supporting cast and talent, which I think Jalen Hurts has with the running back and receiving group and the tight end group, and especially last year's offensive line, like if quarterback has a situation, they should have like all-time seasons. And Jalen Hurts has not had like those level of elite seasons with that level of talent.
And I agree with what you're saying there, but
22 he had
2022 was elite.
2022 was the only one he had.
If those seasons were replicated on a consistent basis,
I get it.
We're talking about him like a top
they don't have Steichen anymore. They haven't had a Steichen. Kellen Moore, respect to him. He's really great, but he drew up elite run schemes, and the passing game kind of lagged behind.
I mean, there's no doubt, but then, the Saints get efficient when Tyler Shuck is under center.
And Kellen Moore super efficient with Kellen Moore, too.
And and Dak was awesome, and they didn't have all the talent Philadelphia have.
So is the Chargers before Herbert got hurt.
But then what sense does it make to us then that in 2022, he was genuinely a great to elite passer? He was. Statistically, one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. How does that just go?
Like, I know that people hate the hypothetical. You drop him in here and you drop him here, and how does it look and all that stuff. But, like, if you drop Jalen Hurts with the Chargers, is he doing better than what Justin Herbert has done in that situation?
No.
Versus if you drop Herbert on the Eagles, he's fucking balling out in that situation.
Can I tell you a genuine concern with Jalen Hurts and me, though? Is his knee still not okay?
Maybe.
He said it was okay. He said that it was mostly play calling, that he could run and stuff.
But he does.
I expect him to say that.
But he does not look. There's moments where obviously he still looks like the athletic guy that we know who he is.
He looks slower.
But his first year fully starting, he was a genuine elite rusher.
The thing with him is that it's weird that in the pocket he's fine, but he's not good outside the pocket, like throwing the football and like making plays outside the pocket. Like plays for the most part have died on him when he rolls out and he starts to get outside the pocket. But no, I think that he is one of the more, I guess, difficult people for the average fan to kind of rank and properly like adjust for, because some people value those things and that's why they put him really highly, and some people value the sample size. So it's a little weird, but that's our cumulative ranking. heading into the playoffs.
I will say last thing, Brock with the super team lost. Jalen Hurts with the super team won and was Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, the defense.
We have Hurts over Brock.
True.
We did have Hurts.
The superpower for the 2024 Eagles was that defense.
In the run game.
And their offensive line.
And the defense was
Jalen
like
was MVP.
all-time great. I think that Eagles defense.
I'm just saying, he was MVP.
It rivaled.
He had a great Super Bowl.
It rivaled the Legion of Boom. Like EPA per play wise, they held teams to a lower EPA per play than the Legion of Boom did in their playoff run. Like that 2024 Eagles defense was ridiculously like stacked.
I mean, the playoff run.
Crazy.
We're back.
That's crazy.
We're back.
Yeah, and their defense right now is playing really well.
So Malachi and Kadarius, they're not brothers. My apologies. They're not related at all.
Hey, fair. Tony.
I could have sworn.
Tony.
I could have sworn I saw
So he thinks
somewhere.
every Brown is related?
Tony.
Brown.
Yeah, but it's not your best look.
I mean, he's not the smartest guy in the world, so maybe.
Ooh, racism.
Whoa.
He fucking.
That was hilarious. He literally beat Brianna, is what he's saying.
But
He's
yeah,
a millionaire.
that's
He is a
gonna do
One
it.
of the greatest R&B artists ever.
Great
Who's
way to
really
end
that
the
smart?
episode. Hey,
that-
no reason to get red, bro. That was a good one.
But that's gonna do it for this episode. You know, we're gonna do our head coach rankings next episode, and we will be going live. At least I think so. Saturday, Sunday night after the games, and we're gonna be reacting to what happened. So make sure you guys tune into that. You can follow us on Facebook at Pick Aside Podcast, on Instagram and TikTok at Pick Aside Podcast, on Twitter at Pick Aside Pod. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.